manage broadcast, and then just click select existing broadcast, and then we look for
these. It's a short?
Not the short one, the live one.
Okay.
Select broadcast and such.
Okay, so hopefully we are back.
This is just starting now.
And this one should be starting soon too.
Hasn't been live long enough to have a replay.
Anybody there? Sorry, technical difficulties.
I'm gonna have a cool pre-sun.
Oh yeah, it's actually something else. It's a jammer, Kool-Aid jammer.
Cool please. I was about to say cool pre-sun, but then I realized no, it's a Capri Sun.
Okay.
Cool pre-sun.
Yeah. Can you check on YouTube and see if the live is going for you? Let's see. Anybody out there? Oh, I have to click the go live on this one for some reason. The other one was auto. Interesting. Is anybody out there?
Well, both of them are on shorts.
I thought that was
That was on shorts.
What is that? Oh, it was Avery laughing. It sounded like a cat freaking out to me, but okay. Hey, I see someone popping in. Is it Angel again?
Okay, guys, if you were wondering what we were talking about.
We only have one here so far. We had to shut down the streams and restart them, so let's give it some time till people get here so they can all listen. Andy should be coming.
Yep.
Andy never came to last stream.
Yeah, no, last night he was sleeping happily, and then he went to church, and then he had some training, and then he went to work for somebody tonight. He doesn't usually work tonight.
Mama.
But he is working, so that's why we came live.
Mama.
Yes.
I destroyed my world with the weather.
Oh no. Are you going to be able to get it back?
Yeah, if I just generate a whole new world.
A whole new world.
Oh! The wither spawned back.
Did it? The wither spawned back? Is that what you said?
Mama, look.
Let me see.
Ah. It's good that I'm finally gonna win the game. Whoa, is that the wither?
Do you think you need a little bit of
I know.
medicine? Oh no, it's after you.
And then I fall into the water.
Yeah, both are live.
Oh, great.
What's this, Daddy? I'm gonna shoot fireballs. I'm a ghast and I can shoot fireballs. Look, so now I shooted fireballs.
See if anybody is saying anything. No, doesn't look like anybody is in here. Somewhere there. What?
I think you should get rid of one of the streams. So
But then people who are watching on like the computer and stuff wouldn't be able to see it. That's why I want to do both, so that more people are able to join in.
Yeah.
Make sure that makes it to the recycling. Is it recycling? Let's see.
What's this? It's 2027.
Did Angel leave
Oh my gosh.
for good? No, Angel.
Guys.
Okay, let's see. Go back into announcements.
That is so weird.
Okay. Oh, It actually kind of feels like nothing really happened. Except when I look at my I thought it would just be scrapes and bruises as I was like,
Yeah.
and I wasn't really that upset because I'm like, I guess this kind of would happen.
What would happen? I think I missed something.
Because that I would fall. That kind of would happen. And as I'm falling down, I realized I should have took the man who like had his hand broken because he fell down, and I'm just like, oh shoot, I should have took that man's advice. And then
well, we live and learn.
Yeah. I'm not gonna ride that till 15.
Well, we will see. I'm sure there will be something to be excited about at that point.
I'll try an electric bike because that might be a little safer.
Oh, there's Angel. He has returned.
Hey, Angel.
Is Brittany asleep tonight? How was church today? I did not get to go as I am still sick.
And me.
Every time I think we're through it, alas, we are not.
Is there enough people I'm able to talk about what happened? Or should I wait a little longer?
What?
Should I wait a little longer?
Well, we've just got Angel here right now.
And might as well tell the
No,
story.
that's not what I want. Let me see. I'm trying to make this half of the screen. Okay, there.
Ah.
There. Got that one. Got that one. Angel, you felt pain, right? I think we should just get Angel up here on the lounge, but Well, that's up to him.
yeah. At the same time, nobody's watching for it to be really worth it to be on the lounge. We should make the God Squad moderators. So if Kenny's at work, Andy, Angel, Brittany, or Donovan could like just moderate the live chat.
Yeah, I'm in the lounge whenever anybody wants to get on. But are you going to be leaving the live? Oh, it looks like we've got some people in the other one. Or Angel, are you in both? Or did you leave one and come to the other? How's everybody doing tonight? Looks like we have a few people in here.
Okay, so has anyone felt pain?
Everyone has felt pain before the end.
I know you're chomping at the bit to tell the story, but you'll probably want to wait until Andy gets here.
Yeah, and
Yeah, you're on the short live. It showed me that you were on the other one before. I don't know. I think YouTube has its wires crossed because it's a different situation every day. Every day we'll set it up the same exact way, and pretty much every day it doesn't work that same way. So we finagle it around, figure it out, get it going, and then eventually it works.
Hey guys, even though I got injuries, that won't stop me from making the steak and the food that Angel recommended to make. And I haven't really cooked steak before, but here we are.
But I will help you for sure.
And rice.
Or maybe Kenny. Avery's really good at making steak too.
Yeah, but
So
I
he
think
might be the
I think he might make the rice
good choice.
because he's better at making rice.
Oh, is he? I think they're both pretty good at making rice.
Yeah. But my favorite food is chicken and rice.
Mama, look.
That's your favorite food?
Look,
Yeah.
look, Mama. Cashew, Pally the platypus.
Goose. What a goose. Oh, what a goose you is.
We need some
I'm
fruit
trying
or
to get
something.
this to where I can see it, and it's just driving me nuts. Sorry, honey, I wasn't making that face at you. I was making it at the computer, because every time I try to move this, it decides to stretch it out. Let's see. Kenny is running whatever weird thing it is that he uses. It's not Linux. What is it?
Oh, Angel joined the lounge.
Okay.
Hey,
Oh, looks like we might have
Angel.
somebody else in the live as
Go
well.
on the couch.
What?
Because I'm sitting here.
He can be here too.
I was just like,
Why don't you
Lots
get
of
the red chair if it's not in use
Oh.
and bring it over here, Shiloh?
Runabee's coming.
Barnaby's a new so good.
Runabee's loaf. The mango is loaf.
Barnaby's loaf on the red chair.
Hang on, honey, I'm typing. Give me just a second here, okay?
I really want to tell the story.
I know you do, but you want people to actually hear the story, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so hang on just a minute. And that way,
I think the way to get everyone to know, at least God's
Is-
squad to know,
yeah.
the Discord to know.
I already sent it on Discord, and Angel knows. Have you talked to Angel, or have you talked to Andy tonight, Angel? He doesn't usually work tonight, but he's covering for somebody, so I offered to go live. Oh, there he is. There's Andy.
Hey Andy, that weren't here for last live.
Is Brittany? Let me see. Is Brittany gonna be here? I wonder if Nellie will be here.
Ooh, yeah, I think
Or Donovan.
I would love to make this steak and tell everyone the ingredients.
Sundays are so slow. Oh, okay. I figured. Good. I'm glad she's getting some rest. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I think we should do voice. But
What do you guys think about the background picture?
this is a kind of
I had AI make an Oprah look-alike,
It actually looks real.
hand out Bibles. You guys know that meme, right? I don't know. Maybe it's older than you guys.
I think they should at churches. They should just hand out Bibles for free. Just here you go. So well, you're not at church, you can read the Bible. Like that should be one of the things. And I've seen kids with like little kid versions of the Bible, and I'm like dying to have one because I want to know more about the Bible. And
Wait, what is it?
it's a kid's version of the Bible where you're able to read it. With
You
like,
have one.
Oh yeah.
It's probably in the garage in a box.
Oh.
Actually, you know what? No, I think it is in Avery's closet. He has a bunch of books in there. Why don't you go ask him? Go see if he'll check for you.
The closet is like locked shut.
What do you mean it's locked shut? It can move. I spoke to this one and I'm still in the lounge, but I can pause the live but see the chat. Yeah, if you could just hang out in the live, I would really appreciate it. For one, other people will see that there are people here, because because, you know, a lot of people see an empty live, they're not even gonna to stop. But also it helps me get watch hours so that I can eventually start being able to do the super chats and stuff like that. We have a gang of Bibles, bro. Like so many. He has a like my first Bible. My boys each have, well, let's see, Kenny's first was a NIV before I knew better, and they have ESV. I think they're ESVs. They're huge, like journaling Bibles. They also have the Kenny. What is that comic Bible? And they have adventure Bibles. Or no, they have that might be what that comic one is. But they all go ask him what the comic Bible is. But they also have they're completely tore up. They used those to death. They were like, I don't know, boys Bibles or preteen Bibles. I can't remember now.
Kenny doesn't know where it went.
Where what went?
And where the comic Bible.
I asked him what it was called.
Oh, what was it called?
Yeah.
What was it called? I think it was called Comic Book Bible.
It was not called Comic Book Bible. Okay, I'll go look it up.
Well, you're looking that up. I'm going to entertain them.
Yeah, it's called the Action Bible. Have you guys seen or heard of that? It's got like glossy, super duper like exciting, bright pages, and obviously it's not a Bible verbatim, but it's interesting for kids.
I think that's what will make kids interested in the Bible at a young age.
Yeah, but you should have a couple different Bibles too. You had a My First Bible, and you have another one that I'm not sure what it's called.
My First Bible?
Yeah, it's called My First Bible. What?
Well, there's a YouTube channel called My First Bible.
Right, yeah, I know.
Is it made by the same YouTuber?
I don't think so, no.
Or maybe the YouTuber was basing it off of the book? I'm not sure. I think it was based off of the book now.
Oh, it looks like they are both in the lounge.
Hey! What's
Oh,
up?
did someone else get on the line? On the line?
Yeah. Mama Church too.
Yeah, hello.
Okay.
She's muted though because she's trying to be shy,
Oh.
I guess.
Oh,
Did you hit that?
no, I
there we
didn't.
go.
Oh,
We didn't
I don't know what
mean for it
happened.
to be muted. Okay. Angel and Andy, you felt
Yes,
an enormous amount of pain, right?
only on Tuesdays.
well, at least you get taco. Well, maybe the tacos are the cause of it.
Oh no. Your farts make you go so fast
What
that
was the
you
question?
accidentally
And what
fall.
was only on Tuesdays?
Okay. He asked if you've ever felt really large amounts of pain.
All the time.
And Angel said only on Tuesdays.
Okay. This story happened today. Me and Daddy were going to the store to get some stuff. And I'm deciding, I kind of want to ride the electric scooter, but it's for 14-year-olds.
Well, it's an adult scooter. Yeah, the 14-year-old thing came in with the law for riding it on the street and all that.
The sidewalk is fine for any age. Okay. We got food we got Dollar Tree Thriftway stuff.
Okay, they went to a couple stores.
And one of them had a guy, and he said that he hurt himself on an electric scooter. And you guess what's gonna happen. Okay, so that's just been my...
You didn't listen to his prophecy.
Praise God that I didn't die. Okay.
Continue on.
I was riding it there, and I was actually doing pretty good. And then when we were getting home, I went too fast. And
Right,
I'm like, I'm gonna just skid off. But then I realized I'm supposed to let go of the speed and let it slow down for a bit, then skid, then stop.
You skipped the whole part where you were riding it yourself,
Yeah, I was
right?
riding it myself, and I went a little too fast, and Daddy freaked out, like, whoa, slow down. And I didn't really hear him a lot, but I did hear him, and I'm like, okay. And then I didn't let go, but then I skidded, and then I tripped, and I literally skidded across the concrete.
He put his foot down to slow himself down instead of letting up on the handles, throttle.
And I skidded across the concrete.
Did you cry?
And
That really sucks. Did you get a
yeah,
rash?
Daddy's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a road rash.
Yeah, he's got a road rash, all right.
Yeah, and that at least said I skidded a block and a half.
You didn't skid a block and a half. You rode it for a block and a half.
Yeah, but then I skidded like a couple of feet.
Yeah.
See, I think this is why they make brakes out of metal and not human skin. Slow down.
You
Well,
learned one of the most valuable lessons in physics.
Yeah, and I
As
was-
an object in motion tends to stay in motion.
Yeah, I was bleeding a lot.
Steven, did you cry?
Yeah, I did.
of course he cried. He was hurting.
And I,
Yeah, dude, I think there are grown men that
but I
cry.
didn't get stitches.
Slide.
Right?
I didn't have to go to the doctor to get stitches.
No, you didn't have to get
Carpet
stitches.
burn is no joke. I can't, dude. If you can carpet burn, but on concrete, that's frightening.
Luckily, I didn't
Yeah.
go head over handlebars.
No, he just went off the side. Apparently, apparently the scooter is bent or something.
Oh,
It needs fixed. It can't drive or whatever.
it can't turn.
It can't turn. Yeah. So he did a number on himself and the scooter.
Yeah. At least the scooter went down with me.
Who cares about the scooter?
Well,
Sam,
yeah,
Yeah.
no, nobody cared about the scooter until later. But see, the thing is Stephen, his vision, he has very, very bad vision, and the eye doctor only changes the prescription. Well, the first time he did it 6 months apart, and then it's a year apart because the prescription is like that intense. So he has to train the eyes. So his like depth perception and just sight is not in a place where he can be in control of a moving.
and he wears contact lenses or
No, he wears glasses, but he's broken several pairs. Lately he's been wearing Kenny's.
Yeah.
But
But here's the funny part. I think the reason I hurt myself is because I was tired. Yeah, I stayed up. I was up all night. And
I was
really emotional and saying sorry multiple times.
I was telling him to go to bed, but he didn't want to go to bed, and then he asked his dad if they could go to the store, so they went to the store. And
Yeah. Mommy was not happy hearing that.
no, and what was the first question I asked you?
You said that I'm not the adult in this.
Oh, no, that's not what I'm saying, but yeah, that's true. No. The first question I asked you was,
Where was I?
did you tuck and roll?
No, I didn't tuck and roll.
Your
but
dad said you
somehow-
did.
But
Your dad said you did.
I think I should have landed on the grass when I was tripping, so at least I would have a softer fall. So it would probably just be scrapes and bruises.
Yeah.
But
Do you know how you're...
At least
Oh, go
now
ahead.
you know how not to ride a scooter.
Yeah.
I should ride. How did you get?
Who did that? Andy?
Andy.
Is that Andy?
I don't know. I thought it was you. Oh, just make sure they're not copyrighted, because it'll blow my whole life. Because supposedly you can use things for up to 30 seconds or something, but I don't know the legalities of that. All I know.
Andy, was that you making those sounds?
Yeah, I'm guessing. Andy's gonna be ornery tonight, I think, because he's working when he wasn't supposed to.
But I think we'll be showing, I think, maybe what they look like on the Discord, not on YouTube.
Oh, your boo-boos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw the first degree burn. It wasn't that bad, but yeah.
But you know how your kid walks into you, like, and they're not saying anything, but they're looking at you, and you just know, like, something's not good, you know? I was sitting here working on my YouTube at Kenny's computer, and Steven walks in and he's just looking at me, staring, and he's not even talking, and I'm like, what, you know, like...
No, I wasn't staring at you. While I was walking in, I was like, hey, Mommy, I was riding the electric scooter, and I walk up, and I'm just looking her dead in the eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I made a terrible mistake. And she looked at me, and she could tell that I wasn't okay.
Well, yeah, I could tell that, like, he was about to break down, you know, and
I did.
Yeah. Apparently he didn't cry until he got home, but I think that's...
It's a shock.
Yeah, and it's also normal for kids. They, wait till they're in their safe space to really display whatever they're feeling.
Yeah.
They also tend to take out their aggression or, bad attitude or anything like that on, like, their mom or whoever stays at home with them, because that's where they're safe to just kind of let go of whatever they've been holding on to. It's pretty common for public school kids, I guess.
So I learned a lesson like that one time with Josh, right? I had bought these two go-karts, a two-seater and a single-seater. And Josh was riding the single-seater, and I had a motorcycle at the time, and Brittany wanted him to wear my helmet. I don't know if I told you guys this story or not.
No, I don't think so.
Have I? Oh, okay. So I did not want him wearing my helmet, because every time he wore my helmet, because I would use the motorcycle to go to work and back sometimes too.
Yeah.
And I did not like when he would wear my helmet because it smelled like puke.
Oh.
I don't know why. Like, how kids sometimes, they just have, I guess when as they're growing into almost change, they just have a stench.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Brittany wasn't home, and he's like begging me, And I'm like, alright, fine, let's go.
Yeah.
And like, they have cages, and they have seatbelts. So I'm like, whatever. So I go, and he was riding the single-seater one, and the chain kept popping off on that one. So I was like, oh, okay, just wait here, and I'll go back and get the tools. And I was in the two-seater one, which that one had a cage too. Just the single-seater one was a little bit better guarded. And, so I go, I get the tools, pop the chain back on, and I'm like, alright, dude, I'll use this one, and I'll use this one instead. I'm like, go home first so we can put the tools away. Just don't drive crazy. I'm like, don't even yank the steering wheel. I'm like, let's just go and do that first. As soon as I turned around, he was 13. As soon as I turned around, like to walk to the other go-kart, I heard the little cart just like... So
yeah.
And the first thing I see him do is yank the steering wheel left and right.
Oh, no.
And I was just like, oh, crap. And then as soon as I was watching, like, this is not even 10 seconds after he left.
Yeah.
It's like it hit, like, a little pothole or something. And
oh, no.
Flipped. And I saw all the tools, all the chrome sockets just fly everywhere. And it rolled. And I just see his legs and feet, like, flailing. And I'm just like, oh, gosh. So I run to him, the cart's upside down. He's there, he's just kind of laying there. I'm just like, he's conscious. And I'm just like, dude, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I literally just told you. I'm like, you didn't even wait a minute.
I would probably screaming like shocked. Like I would just be there shocked, just frozen.
Let him finish.
So I took him home, right? Like, cause I put him in the two-seater car. I took him home. I was, checking on making sure his arm. He was holding his arm like his arm broke, and he's like, no, it just rolled on it. I was like,
Oh my
okay.
goodness.
And then later, he told Brittany, he didn't tell me, which this is what made Brittany really mad. Brittany got really mad. He said the cart rolled on his head, but he told me it was on his arm.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I kept saying. Did you hit your head? Did you hit your head? Are you sure you didn't hit your head?
Yeah.
I didn't hit my head. Because, and even if I did, I had a helmet.
Yeah. He didn't have any pads on, though.
Yeah, if I had pads, I would have been...
You should have what?
I should have worn...
Hold on. Let Angel finish.
I said now thinking about it, right? Like now being a little bit older, right? Because I was like, I must have been 25.
Yeah.
No, I was still younger. I think I was 24. Right now, looking at it, I'm like, I could have easily bought another motorcycle helmet.
Yeah.
And just given him that one and saved the whole trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember after that, he was asked to ride him, and I was like, no, dude, I sold the carts. I never got anything like that again.
Oh, well, I bet. Oh, you're traumatized. And we're supposed to save money for their therapy. Who's going to pay for ours, right? Oh, goodness.
I feel like...
So funny.
Have you ever cried, but not in public, because you think it will be embarrassing?
Oh, I cry in my closet all the time.
I cry on the way to work.
But I have this thing where if I'm in public, I just simply hold it in until I get home, and still I try to hold it in. Like, I'm out here bleeding and I want to cry, but I'm just sitting here like, oh hey, how's everything doing?
I was telling him. Yeah, I'm not the type. I just don't do the whole men can't cry thing because I'm raising men who need to be able to both release their emotions and display appropriate emotions. And if you're telling them, obviously they shouldn't just be crying all the time, but if you're telling them that they have to be strong and can't cry, eventually they're going to, put their fist through a wall, or they're going to break down, or they're going to turn to something that helps them not cry, you know what I mean? Like, I want to teach them healthy emotions, so, and it's like he said, I'm sorry, like, probably legitimately 30 times, and I just keep telling him, I always tell them, you only have to apologize once. Beyond that, I mean, you don't have to beg for my forgiveness. Jesus gives me forgiveness freely when I ask for it, so how could I expect more from you? And are you getting emotional?
No.
Okay, good. I love you, and I'm so glad you're okay. But scared mama, huh?
Yeah.
How was the pain after the ibuprofen? You feeling better now?
I don't really feel it.
Okay, good. Make sure you aren't picking at that one. We're
I'm not
letting it have some
picking it.
air, but if you peel that skin, it'll be a big boo-boo.
Yeah.
So, Andy, are you working the same position and everything tonight, covering for the other person?
Yeah. There's only one position
Oh,
at my
okay.
job for us at a time. Only one person's on shift at a time, even on day shift.
Yeah.
You guys have 3 rotating shifts, or is it?
Yeah, so
Okay.
there's first shift, which is technically, by all accounts, because of the course of the day, would be second shift, but first shift is from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then second shift is 4 p.m. to midnight, and then third shift is midnight to 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And I work all thirds, unless, like, there has been times that Sean, my boss, has called out while I've been here.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I'm not coming. So either I'll have to cover half of his shift. So like I'll work from like midnight to 12, so 12 to 12. Or worst case, I'll have to pull 16, so midnight to 4 p.m. Get off, go home, sleep, and then come back at midnight for my next
Wow.
shift, which is absolutely cheeks, but you know,
Yeah.
sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
Next time that happens, I'm probably just gonna tell him that I'll cover, but he's gonna need to get somebody to fill in for me that night.
Yeah.
The longest shift I've ever done was I came in at 5 a.m. and I left at 9 o'clock that night.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh,
And it was,
shiver me timbers.
yeah, it was, so they were, I guess no wonder everyone else were working, but, so there was this big old steam leak, and, they wanted us to install a camera to watch it and to go to the control room, right? So, what was it? We were waiting for hours, and I stayed on site and I didn't even install it. I just ended up leaving. They had me like on they call it a hot standby, just waiting to
Yeah.
get permission to install it. Now, one time we were told like they were increasing power, and steam was already pouring out of it, and they were assuming the seal would just seal itself under pressure.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, you guys go in there and install that camera, and everything will be fine. And then one of the head engineers was like, when he found out what we were doing, like that would kill us, right? Like that's like instant kill.
Yeah.
Just died. That's invisible steam, that's saturated steam. Like, there's no surviving that. He went off on the control room. And I
Wow.
was just like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I know you don't like that word.
Oh no, it's not. It's not the word in general. It's just Stephen. It's like it's a word he can get away with, but when he uses it a lot, he's kind of pushing it. He's doing it because he thinks he's swearing or getting away with something, and I tell him that's kind of a heart issue. It's like if you randomly say "oh crap" or call something crap or whatever. It's just the situation with him, not.
At least I didn't eat dirt when at least.
I asked him too. I said, did you swear?
No, I would have.
I said the one time you wouldn't have gotten in trouble. You totally. He's like, I didn't even think to swear. I'm like, that's good.
Well, I would have.
Dude, you ain't
The moment I stopped skidding, I would have just screamed the F word.
No, because
Bro, right now, working in the kitchen, I used to burn myself, bro. The first thing that want to fly out of my mouth is not good things. So keep on being that way, buddy.
I almost think that swearing is a generational curse on my family. Every time I try to stop swearing or whatever, it always gets worse. It feels like I have Tourette's or something, honestly. Like, I cannot help it. And, I've prayed, I've begged, I stay in my Bible and everything, and it'll come out. And my mom had the same struggle, and now Avery has that struggle. And I tell him, do not get in the habit, because it is, I used to smoke cigarettes, all sorts of stuff I've had to give up or whatever, but swearing, I just can't. Like, I don't do it as much as I used to, but when I get mad, it definitely comes out,
I know for me, I struggle with it a lot, especially being out here. Like I was telling you, it's like an industrial environment, so it's like it's all around. And that's still no excuse, but I find it easier when I'm surrounded by like the believers here on site, which I don't always get to be paired up with them.
Yeah.
But it's so much easier, like, to control it, and it's not to hide it, to try to seem like you're better. It's just like they're talking a certain way.
Right.
We're talking about, we talk about the Lord, like it's just so much easier.
Yes, it's a
Versus
good.
when you're just surrounded by people that are not that way.
Yeah, it's good practice. Well, that's part of the iron sharpens iron thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're surrounding yourself with people who, you know, talk like truckers and sailors, that's of course going to be, you know, how you end up talking, or at least it's going to be hard not to. So you guys have helped a lot. Like, obviously I'm not going to sit here and swear on the live. I'm sorry, baby. Are you okay?
It's okay.
Yeah, don't put your foot up on my chair, because I do that. But it has helped because, you know, I'm occupied and I'm more in my Bible than I was before. So even though
I will say that you do have to get yourself to a point though, to where it's just not, because I know the struggle for real. Because like I said, custom is like one of my favorite things in the world to do. Like it's a struggle not to, but you have to get yourself to a point to where you, no matter, like, you have to just make it. I had to just get to a point where I had to make a decision that no matter what, I'm just not gonna.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't care if I get stabbed in the face. I'm just not gonna, because one thing that I learned is something my pastor taught me, which is you can do this, that, and the other all day long. And, you know, and I do agree it is easier not to do things in front of people who believe, but you can do everything in the world around believers.
Right.
But what you do in private, what you do when nobody else sees and nobody else is watching you,
Right.
that's what matters the most.
Well, definitely. Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree with that too. It's just for me, like that practice though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because the more you're practicing not doing it, or just you don't have a reason to do it, you know, then the more you're going to just make it a habit. But yeah, I've tried and it's awful.
I'm lucky my hand hasn't broken.
It's gotten better, but then sometimes it just pops off.
Ooh.
It's usually not out of anger though. It's like
where my knee kind of hurts, I just hold it here. It hurt here a little bit.
Yeah, let me look. You don't. Ooh. Does this hurt? Let me see your other knee. Good. Put your knee down.
My whole right side was the only thing that was like damaged that bad. But I said will reveal itself.
That doesn't hurt?
Yeah, it doesn't really hurt.
Straighten your leg.
Wait, when is Steven gonna cook?
He'll probably get started here shortly.
Yeah, I have to wear.
Kenny, were you or Avery going to help him make steak, or did you want me to do it? He needs it cut up into cubes.
Yeah. I can do it.
Okay.
Oh, but Avery's
Yeah, Avery's really good at making steak.
I was gonna say Avery could do dishes while I do it.
Yeah.
What kind of steak? 'Cause there's different kinds of steak.
Angel wanted, what are they called? Like steak bites with peppers and onions over rice.
So almost kind of
Answer
like
Andy's question: when we do
Let's
steak
look
bites,
if there's any more Andrews.
I normally will just buy New York strips. I like that color.
I was gonna buy New York strip, but they were really small. Like, they had a couple small ones, and then they had some, you know, I like a good marbling, don't get me wrong, but these were just like blobs of fat with a little pink on them, basically.
One of my favorite, like,
so I think Steven's dad picked out sirloin. I can't remember. I'll have to look.
But yeah, my favorite kind of my favorite kind of like logo videos is like they have like a line up between you, and it has like a one version of you, and the other one's just you. And I'm basically that. It looks like one side is tortured, and one side is just all happy and cheery.
You're Two-Face, like from
Batman.
yeah, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't spit that out of my mouth.
I should have a scar on my face to match, to make at my whole face.
No, you should not have
No.
a scar on your
Oh, I shouldn't.
No.
I'm lucky I didn't even hit my cheek.
He's like, scars are cool. All the cool kids are doing it.
Well, that's what I tell him. He was worried about looking all beat up, and I said, no, you get to brag about your scars.
Yeah, yeah. Mommy was saying, you know what? I saved that cat. I was riding my dad's electric scooter.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
cat came up, and I saved the cat's life by hurting myself.
Yeah.
Even though what happened is just that I was going
dodged.
so fast.
I went around the cat because I'd rather hurt myself than run over the cat.
But what really happened is
he tripped over his own foot at high speeds.
Bro, hit that cat.
Huh.
You know, I
Yeah.
ran over a cat with Brittany and the kids in the car one
Oh
time.
my gosh.
Not on
Don't
purpose.
say that.
Let him
No.
finish.
Well, I'll tell the story. So, we were picking them up from their dad's house, and we were driving, and normally, like, if you just kind of speed up at them, they run out of the way, right? Because it was just sitting in the middle. And I sped up.
You were playing chicken with a
and that
cat?
No, the cat just stared.
He said, my time is coming.
Yeah, he looked, I bet he had a receding hairline after that, because he just, it sucked. It just, like, I didn't run him over with a tire, but
Did it die?
I don't know.
You don't know? You didn't stop?
I was in a neighborhood, and I also didn't want the kids to get out and then start screaming and announcing.
Oh my gosh, Angel, you didn't stop that. You were in a neighborhood. That makes it worse. It was somebody's baby. Kenneth.
Cat shouldn't have been.
No, I agree. I don't like my cats outside. They'll jet out the door, but we chase them down. I don't like having outdoor cats, especially around here, because there's a huge problem in all of Washington State, everywhere I've ever lived. People,
there's also,
can you not interrupt? Yeah. People don't listen to Bob Barker, and spay and neuter their pets. And I've rescued many litters, many pregnant cats, and had them fixed and rehomed them, and they won't get their animals fixed, and then the cat gets pregnant and they throw it outside to have the litter. It's like disgusting behavior. Now, I'm sitting here now, I don't think I even talked about this, but I adopted Hattie, kind of rescued her. She was a little kitten, and this lady needed to get rid of her. And we had lost our 3 older cats in the last, before this, it was over a span of 18 months, we lost 3 of our cats we'd had for a very long time. And Kenny's laughing about his video, not what I'm saying.
Right.
And Pernaby has separation anxiety and stuff, and so I kept thinking he needed a friend, but I wasn't really ready. And then this lady was on our town Facebook group and was like, hey, I need to get rid of this cat.
That off. That will give it.
Oh, yeah.
So I went ahead and just on a whim got her. And she ended up being sick, and Kenny and I were awake around the clock. We had to hand feed her, and it was terrible. We had to keep her warm, like she was actively dying. So we kept this little thing alive, only for her to be a crazy menace. But then that's when my life got turned upside down shortly after that. And I tried to get her fixed, and they want $500 or $600. And I've called everywhere. I've called all the charities and everything. When we lived at our old town, like I said, I would rescue cats, have them fixed and rehome them, take care of them and everything, and it would be $60. I did that several times. So the fact that now it costs, $500 to $600 is crazy, and they won't let me just have her fixed. You have to have the shots and this and that and the other thing. So
is it because of the place you're going to? Have you looked around at other places too?
no, I've called everybody in the area, and then I was going to drive the 2 hours back to our old town to have the vet we went to for years do it, but he retired and closed down. So So
I
yeah,
think they saw that
And-
and said they're like, nope, we're not dealing with
no,
this.
no, he was a Christian missionary.
Yeah.
He was a Christian missionary, and he was very reasonably priced.
I'm just trying
But-
to keep the cheesiness alive.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so my life got turned upside down. I haven't had that amount of money, and so she's gone into heat a couple times. Can you hang on a second? So, and it's maddening when she does. Like, it's annoying.
Yeah.
I've never in my life not had my cat fixed immediately. So
We had a cat once. This lady, she brought these cats from church. Or, not from church, she brought them to church and started giving them away.
ooh, Nellie's
And
here.
decided she wanted a cat. And I was like, no, don't do it. No, don't do it.
Yeah.
She took it home. And that cat, we only had it for about a month. No, maybe 2 months.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then we got rid of it.
cats are a big
Yeah.
a big life decision.
Yeah, I'm like, we had 3 dogs. The dogs got along well with it, actually. They played a lot with it. Never being around cats. And Ellie Mae, right, because we have a stray cat problem in our neighborhood. where we
Yeah.
did, and they used to hang out around our house. And so Brittany did it more. Brittany taught Ellie Mae, because, like, we'll tell Ellie Mae, like, like, she'll just go on attack mode.
Yeah,
And she never catches the cats because they don't catch it fast. And the cat started avoiding our house because of that. But so every time Ellie Mae saw a cat, she would just go into that, like, chase it mode. But not with that cat we had. Like, she loved that cat.
yeah.
Yeah. And then Brittany's allergic to cats. Matthew was allergic to cats. And so Matthew was really sad about getting. He's a cat person.
Yeah.
I am not a cat person. I will never be a cat person.
Never, never. I agree, never. Cats are terrible.
I'm allergic to cats too, but we pick what we're willing to put up with in this planet, and that's
Yeah.
one of the things.
I wanted to take something out.
Dogs are not much. Dogs aren't any cleaner, right? Like,
You know how
our dogs, they'll go in the backyard and they roll in the dust. And
Yeah.
They come inside the house. And then you
Yeah,
have
they
vacuum them,
stink.
and then-
yeah,
Yeah, they do. They do stink.
Yeah.
Like, dogs will smell worse than cats.
I hate the smell of cat.
Why not
I hate the smell of cat hair. It literally makes me just gag, bro.
What cats have you
Like
been
that cat.
smelling? I've never had a cat
So I
smell like that.
know
People
what
that
cat
don't wash
like.
their animals, that's what.
Well,
like,
you don't need to
people that,
wash cats though. They wash themselves unless they step in their own crap or something. Then you should be taking care of that. But their fur shouldn't
Like,
stink.
what I mean is, like, people that let their cats, like, go to the bathroom in their house and, like, on their clothes and stuff like that, and they don't keep they just let the cat do whatever.
Yeah.
And they smell like cat waste.
Right. Yeah. Well, there is no, like Hattie when because she's been in heat, she does that. And like I found a grocery bag that somebody had set in the bottom of the closet, and she peed in it, and at least that one was easy to clean up. But that's why she has to be fixed. Like her bad attitude and the being prone to pee on things and stuff, I can't handle it, and I'm about ready to throw her out. But we have, coyotes and all that kind of stuff around here, and I just need to get her fixed.
So the cat we had, his name was Shmuel. So that cat, he peed one time in the house, and it was on one of Matthew's, like, book bags that he would use to take back and forth between his dad's.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even in the house for, I don't know, I wouldn't even say 5 hours. And, like, I was trying to figure out what that smell was, because I didn't know. I didn't know what cat pee smelled like, but it was just really bad, and I couldn't tell. And then Brittany, she knew what it was, and I was just like, that's disgusting. And Matthew had carpet in his room, too. So
Yeah.
he didn't get on the carpet, but it made the whole house smell because of that bag. And I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, crap, man, that just stunk.
Yeah.
One one time that cat, he would attack me like every time I got out of bed in the morning.
Oh
He would
no.
attack my feet.
Was it an orange
And then
cat?
one time- no, it wasn't an orange. It had good credit. And one time I woke up and I was peeing, and the cat jumps in between my legs into the toilet while I was peeing.
Oh my gosh.
And I wanted to just throw that cat out the window.
Somebody else was using the brain
like,
cell.
This is your cat. You're cleaning it. I'm like, I also got to get ready for work. I'm like, I don't want this cat. I never wanted this cat.
Oh yeah.
I think what was going through that cat's brain with all of her that.
Yeah, I
their
go
brain
around.
cells. Prank him, John.
I go around like, whose idea was it to live with animals? Who thought of this idea to have cats? I mean, yes, I brought them in, but like, if that was a normal thing to do, I never would have had this idea. But Burnaby, he is absolutely marvelous. He's wonderful.
Mango.
Yeah.
He's our juicy mango for sure. Handsome man.
Yeah.
And Hattie will calm down and be a lot easier to deal with once she's been spayed.
The hard part is when she.
I have no idea when I'm going to have $500 that I can put toward that, you know? I don't know what to do about it.
Yeah.
The hard part of the night with her. Sometimes, after a month or so of relaxment, it's just.
Oh, yeah. You know what's weird? Since I've always had my animals fixed as soon as they were old enough to do it, I thought that the male cats were the ones that did all that caterwauling noisiness. So when she started doing that, I was like, are you serious? I had no idea, and it's maddening. It's so maddening. It's awful.
Yeah, Mommy barely gets sleep.
But she's not. But she got out. You guys probably heard me on live a couple times where she ran out the door, and we had to try and find her. And you know, when it's pitch black out here, like we have outdoor lights, you know, but you can't see anything. So if she takes off running down the alley or anything, there's no way you're gonna be able to find her until she's ready.
Yeah, she comes back, and we just go like, and we wait. I'm afraid actually one of these times she won't come back.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah.
So, but now I'm just like wondering, don't get near her, she's been snippy today. The way she's been more grumpy than usual. I'm worried one of the times she got out, she got knocked up. Which I don't need, but...
Andy, do you have any pets?
I used to have. Well, I've had 2 real pets that were like mine. One of them was childhood pet, and I had him for forever and a day. His name was Bingo, and then I found him dead outside like a few days before Christmas.
Oh, that's
that was like my childhood pet. And then I had a dog when I was a teenager.
worst Christmas ever.
Yeah, it was pretty trash.
Yeah, I would call it worst Christmas ever.
Did you?
Call it maybe Satan ruined it? I don't know.
And that dog was pretty cool, but I couldn't keep him because I moved. I got kicked out of my family's house, so I couldn't take him with me.
Yeah.
That lady on the screen was the one who did it.
It was the Oprah lookalike.
That's just a warning,
Black
guys.
Lab.
That's just a warning, guys. Don't get near that lady.
He's pretty healthy, and like he can still go on hikes. He can still go on walks around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
He can jump on a bed. Like he can function perfectly fine, but he's had ear infections his whole life.
Oh.
Like just non-stop, and it smells so bad. It just smells like rotten. It doesn't matter what we do.
Yeah.
And he lives, like, he's not even suffering. He's just there, but we're like
living life.
considering putting him down.
Oh.
Why would you want to put down a dog
Yeah.
when they didn't do anything?
I don't really see that's where I'm at. Like, I don't want to put him down because, like, first off, I love that dog. He is a good dog.
So, just let it finish talking.
Those ear infections, I mean, that can't be good. Like his whole life, like 12 years of infections his whole life.
Yeah. Well, what have you done?
But we've taken him to the vet. We've got him put under, like, so they can shove medicine in there. They've cleaned his ears out. We've given him medicine. The only one that I saw that was the most effective was putting apple cider vinegar mixed with coconut oil in there.
Yeah.
But even then, that's like, you have to do that every single day.
Right.
And I don't think I'm that good to do that every single day.
Right. There's gotta be a better I'm already sitting here Googling about dog ear infections. What you should do is either you or Brittany join there's a group on Facebook that's called something like Vet Emergency or Vet Corner, something like that. And this is a group where they verify the veterinarians in there, and only vets can answer questions, so you're getting actual advice. I would go in there and let them know what you've done and ask them what can be done, and see if there's anything that else that you could try.
Well, we've taken him to multiple vets.
Yeah.
So, and it's like at this point, I don't know, we just don't even try anymore because, again, he lives and he functions perfectly fine. He hasn't even lost his hearing or his eyesight. His teeth are not rotting. It's just the ear infection, and it smells so bad.
He doesn't act like he's in pain. Are they sure it's an ear infection?
Yeah, they're sure it's an ear infection. I mean, you can smell it, you can see it. Like, you can tell, I mean, I wouldn't say he's not in pain at all. Like, you can tell, like, if you rub his ear or grab it wrong, it hurts. And it just stinks. It smells like yeast.
Because mites cause that kind of thing. We've had cats with mites. In fact, one of our elderly cats, she had mites in her ears, and nothing we did would make it stop. It was horrible.
Oh, you mean like dynamite?
And
Oh, you mean like dynamite?
Hey, there's a Steve.
Yeah, he was like from like originally.
oh, hey Steve. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?
Wait, I've never met Steve.
Yeah, he was on like one of the first or second night.
Wait, hold on, I'm Steve.
No, you are loud, is what you are. Hang on a minute.
I am loud.
Did you see what Nellie said? She said apparently her friend washes her cat once a year.
That's insane, bro.
That's nasty.
Y'all don't know a whole lot about cats, do ya?
Oh,
I know that I don't like them, and that's good enough for me.
So I know the husky, we can't bathe him. Like we have to bathe him every 6 months or something. He doesn't really stink though.
Yeah.
But that's because of the undercoat. Like it cleans itself.
Yeah.
But and Ellie Mae, I don't know. Again, she just rarely stinks. Like unless they've been outside for hours and hours, and they stink.
Yeah.
But, Zero for the most part is like Jet is the one with the ear infections. And
yeah.
The reason sometimes you'll just get like a off smell in the house, and
yeah, I know the smell of infection, and it's awful. I understand that's really gross. I'm a super smeller, so I smell things before people do. I mean, sometimes they never smell it. Like, I kept smelling something, and I was saying it smells disgusting, and I would say it seems like it's by the water heater, but then I would smell it in the bathroom, and I hunted everywhere, nothing, and nobody else could smell it. And I went like this for 3 weeks, where I didn't want to be in the house because it was that bad for me, and nobody else could figure it out. Nobody else noticed it. I think I even had my cousin come in the house. My brother was in the house. Nobody could tell. And then I said, I don't know, I had them go under the house. And we had one of the sewer pipes under our house had been sitting there leaking. And so I was like just smelling that for weeks. And so they got under there and were able to clean it out and repair it. But oh my gosh, that was awful. So I'm really really sensitive to smells of all sorts, and infection smell is one of the worst. It's have you ever had a sinus infection?
No, I have not.
Yes, I have. This sucks, bro. It's terrible.
It always smelled to me. I used to get them when I was a kid, like a lot, and to me it smelled like your hands after you cut onions. You know, the smell you can't get off your hands sometimes. It smelled like that, only directly in my nose, and oh, it was horrible. I hated that. Thankfully,
with sinus infections, because what happens a lot of times is my nose, because, alright, backstory lore, my brother's an idiot, and he broke my nose one day and gashed the side of it open, so half of my nose doesn't really work.
oh wow.
Right? So whenever I get a sinus, like, already off the jump, my nose doesn't, like, half of it doesn't work regularly. So when I get a sinus infection, that junk is terrible. But when I get one, my nose, like, cracks on the inside and then bleeds.
This is what I would do.
And so when I get a sinus infection, I smell blood.
Yeah.
It's God, dude, it's so horrible because I hate the smell. I hate the smell of blood. You know, like that iron smell.
Yes.
I can look at it. I've seen all kinds of horrendous wounds on people. I watched them give my wife a C-section.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty crazy things, but I hate the smell of blood. Like, it makes me feel sick.
Yep.
To smell blood.
Yeah.
It's gross. So I feel you on the sinus infection pain. It's horrible.
Yeah, I used to, my job was a patient care technician. I stabbed people for a living in a dialysis center. So I dealt with blood a lot, and even through like my mask and everything, I could smell it. And sometimes, like, they would have really, really strong smelling blood. It smelled like you had a bunch of pennies stuck in your nostrils because the iron content of their blood or whatever. I don't miss that part at all. And being a super smeller, like, I would leave the whole building and it would take a while because, like, it feels like smells stick in my nose. So even after I get fresh air and stuff, or I'll have these memories of the smell for like weeks, even though it's not there. Oh, it's awful.
Oh, I hate this kind of pizza. It's called kiwi pizza. It looks like normal cheese pizza, and I taste it. And
what? You haven't tasted kiwi pizza?
Well, before one time it looks like an innocent cheese pizza, and I take a bite of it, and it tastes absolutely disgusting.
That wasn't a kiwi pizza.
Well, it was a certain pizza.
It was a cauliflower pizza.
Cauliflower pizza,
yeah.
But the taste would appear.
Me
sometimes.
too. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, the taste would just appear sometimes, and I'm like.
And I like cauliflower.
Anything that's supposed to be unhealthy that they make healthy versions of, I automatically just reject because I'm like, this is I know it's gonna be trash. I know it.
It's like they California'd it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like people like my wife and other people are like, just try it. I'm just like, no, dude, you're like retarded. No, I'm not gonna try it because I already know it's gonna be nasty.
Well, that's like, I have celiac disease, so for 7 years we were completely gluten-free.
Oh, gluten-free.
And yeah, well, we went back to gluten about a year ago, year and a half. I really shouldn't, but
it started on
whatever.
Halloween,
And
2020.
no, it wasn't Halloween, was it?
Yeah, it was. It
I
started
thought
on
no, I
Halloween.
thought it was around Thanksgiving.
Trying gluten to see if it had an effect, and it didn't.
That's not true.
No, well,
we were trying gluten because we were all gluten-free, and I needed to do what they call a gluten test or whatever. So your kids, they have to eat gluten for a few days and then go have a test done. But I could immediately see the change. Like, Avery used to get these horrible headaches that he would end up vomiting and stuff. That was one of the reasons I did a whole elimination diet. And we ate like just 3 or 4 little things basically for a month, and kept a food journal when we started adding things back in. So, and then we were 7 years without gluten. So when they started having it back, I noticed changes. Avery started getting those headaches again, and he still has them, and he has these, they're horrible headaches, but he still doesn't want to go back to gluten-free. And
I mean, who would?
Yeah.
well,
it's good.
honestly,
What the heck?
Like
honestly, I can't afford it. If it was just me, I would just eat like meat and potatoes. But the worst thing people can do, especially when they first go gluten-free, is look for all these substitutes. Like find gluten-free this, gluten-free that. Like let it get out of your system for a while, because you're too close to it. You're just expecting it to taste like what you had before, you know, and it's not going to.
And what I love about gluten is because we're able to have donuts. Donuts was the best part about going gluten-free.
They had never had like donut shop donuts.
And I love donuts.
Yeah, Stephen and Shiloh, let's see, it was 7, so it was 8 years ago. So Shiloh never had gluten until a year ago.
I've become a
And none of you
menace.
guys are redheaded, right?
No, I'm not.
No, we're not redheads.
Oh, because they usually have all the allergies.
Oh, well, it's not a gluten allergy. Celiac disease is an intolerance. It's an autoimmune disease. I don't have like a sensitivity to it. That was one of the colonoscopies where I woke up, you know. It damages the, I think it's called cilia or whatever. It's like these things that look like hair inside of your gut, in your intestines. Yeah.
I wanted to tell a story. So whenever I had gluten,
Oh, yeah.
this was on the best day of the year,
I was trying to say something.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to say something.
Okay, well, let him finish.
I
real
was
quick
4
and then you
years
can.
old. Shiloh was like, how old
What
was
for?
I was 4 years old when this happened, you said?
Well, I don't know what you're referring to know.
It's when I had dye.
Oh,
Okay, so
well,
when I have
no.
gluten free,
Okay, good.
whenever I have gluten free, I'm acting all mean, and I'm like, I don't know why I'm acting like this, but mommy told me that when I have dye, I become a menace.
Well,
This is
he
dye.
grew out of that, praise God.
Yeah, I grew
but,
out of it.
When he would have gluten, like, he would know he was being mean, and he would feel bad about it. Even as a toddler, he'd say, I don't know why I'm being mean, you know, Mommy, I don't know how to stop. But then when he had dye,
I knew
he
it.
knew he was mean, and he didn't care. I mean, he was downright, like, nearly evil, the way he acted. I mean,
And mommy told me that
it was horrible.
And mommy told me she pinned me down.
The red dye
literally.
40. The
Yeah.
yellow dye, that stuff.
Yeah, red dye 40, and even titanium dioxide, all sorts of different things, but especially
Matthew gets like that. He doesn't get mean, but it's just like it's like he gets like out of control.
yeah.
It's just weird that can do that to someone.
Yeah, I think so many. Well, you know they're banning them, right?
I hope
They're
so.
banning certain
Um,
Dude, I told my mom to get me one last box of Rocket popsicles from the store because they're still around where they live.
Yeah.
So I can come get them because, bro, dude, I don't understand why this country has to take everything great away from his friend.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if people are going to be like trading, and they're not banning all of them. I think they're banning the yellow, but they aren't banning the red, and that's the worst of them. Like,
Yes, it is.
Dude, I'm trying to hit the black market for snacks, bro. I'm gonna legally get the food, bro.
You're gonna start selling a kidney.
well, imagine craving everything for 7 years, craving all of it while you can't have gluten, and then coming back to gluten to find out like 5 of your favorite things have just ceased to exist. That was horrible. It was so disappointing.
Guys, I wanted to say
It
something.
wasn't about.
Okay, hang on. Let me respond to the people in the chat, and then I certainly will. Steve said, he said, "Oh, pray for us." Thank you. We're starting to get better. Worst thing.
Speaking of smells, dude,
Yeah.
another worst story for me. My brother, again, it always goes back to him, dude. My brother, for a time, shared a room with me, and I was in the room first, and people didn't put it together until later. But for some reason, my room started smelling really, really bad all of a sudden. Like, I'm talking, like, horrendous. Make you, like, gag when you walk in.
Yeah.
And my grandma couldn't figure out why. And it was to the point where she was getting mad at me, like, angry at me.
Oh,
Thinking that I was
jeez.
doing something. Like, she would, like, go in there with me and clean my entire room top to bottom. Me and her would.
Yeah.
Organize everything, and it would be nice and neat and all that kind of stuff, and it would be that way, but the room would still smell that same smell after a while. She tried leaving the window open, spraying stuff in there, like, she was getting angry at me, bro, like, saying, like, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing anything, bro. And this went on for, like, almost a year. To find out eventually, she went in there to clean my room again, me and her. She was like, we're going to get to the bottom of this. And if I find out you're lying to me about something, like, you're done, bro.
Yeah.
And I slept on the top bunk. My brother slept on the bottom bunk. And she finally went to pull my bed away from the wall and just clean back there because she'd never done it before.
Yeah.
My brother had been, instead of going to the bathroom at
Oh,
night,
no.
he would pick stuff out of his rear end and then throw it between the wall and the bed.
What?
And I was so serious, dude. I felt so disgusted but vindicated at the same time.
Oh
Because I
my
was like,
gosh.
I told you, bro. I was like, I told you that was not me, bro. I told you. I don't know what that smell was. I was like so happy and angry at the same time.
Wow.
Like, that's not even good for your health. You can just smell it. It's just laying there.
Exactly, dude. I was so pressed.
And,
Wow.
they were just. He just left logs, just like around.
Not full logs, like pieces.
Like,
And he had been doing it for months. That's why the smell was always so bad, because he was doing this for months. Just little pieces, just throwing them
Doing what?
in behind the bed.
instead of getting out of bed to take a dump in the middle of the night, he was pulling, like, pieces of crap out of his butthole and, like, putting them between the bed walls.
Yeah, like he would go to the bathroom and then he wouldn't wipe the greatest, so then he would take the pieces and just throw them in between the
Yeah,
bed.
you don't.
That's
So that's how the smell would go away when she would clean and pull out the cash and open the window and stuff, because it's like, okay, well, the smell's gone for the time being, because all that stuff, all the fresh air and the chemical cleaning spray is covering it up. But then after like a couple days, it would just go back to smelling bad again. And dude, you have to think, dude, the Georgia heat,
Yes.
and a 2-story house hitting that roof,
And the
bro,
humidity.
like
And the
July and
humidity.
August, bro, and like Georgia chronically, even in the winter, stays at like 90 to 100% humidity. Even in the winter, bro, that room was funk.
That is-
It was smelling rank, bro.
That is so How old were you guys?
I was a teenager, and I think he was a preteen.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Dude.
Yeah, my grandmother lost. She felt so bad. Like, she was apologizing to me so much, because she got to the point where me and her were getting into arguments.
Why would she think it was you when you're
Because I was swearing to her, like, I'm not doing anything, I promise you.
Well-
And she was still, like, I don't believe you, why does your room smell this way? And she felt so bad.
Well, she should. If your room never smelled that way, until he moved in there, why would she think it was you? That's ridiculous.
Because she was just convinced, I guess.
So, Josh. Oh, go ahead.
And that's it. Like, she was just convinced, dude. And so she was so angry at my brother. And
I bet.
I felt so vindicated, bro. I was like,
Good.
So
That's
Josh
wild.
never did anything like that, but Josh, he used to, because there was carpets in the boys' bedrooms up until like a month ago. No, Penelope's room was done, like a couple weeks ago. Anthony's were done a few weeks before that. And Josh's room, it always smelled really bad. Like, it always stunk. And he would throw his wet towels or his wet clothes or sweaty clothes in this one corner.
Oh my
All
gosh.
the time. And it was just so bad. So when I finally started on the room, pull up the carpet, pull up the baseboards, there was black mold in that corner. And, like, it was just all humid. Yeah, dude. So I just sprayed it all down with vinegar, sprayed it for days.
Yeah.
And then obviously then later.
Or not full.
Oh my
It all went
goodness.
away. The stench left the room.
Yeah.
And that was pretty bad. And like that, I mean, I guess it's nothing like probably whatever.
Yeah, I think you should scream at him.
That's really bad.
Craziness.
I will add some context as to why I just kind of thought about it for a second. Why she didn't think it was me, or why she thought it was me and not him. So my brother does have some special needs. He's not like can't do anything for himself kind of thing, but because he knows right from wrong to a sense. Like,
Yeah.
What you did, what they taught him. But he was born deaf. Or
Yeah.
He was born and then developed ear infections and then became deaf. And he had a little bit of a speech impediment. And the doctor said they can't really tell what it is. But from what I've seen and from what I've studied, to me it looks like he has signs of having a little bit of autism.
Yeah, it sounds like a sort of something. He's definitely on the spectrum somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like he knew that was wrong. He was like, yeah, I was just too lazy to go to the bathroom.
That's
And I was
crazy.
like, dude, I was like, he's not like that anymore. Like he's completely changed. We're both adults at this point. But dude, like I'm telling you,
And he still
oh my
does it
god,
like,
bro, I was like,
yeah, I'm just a bit too lazy.
dude, it was like, when you're watching a movie, like a really good movie, and a plot happens that you never saw coming.
Yeah.
But you could feel like something wasn't right. That's how I felt. I felt like I was watching the most made movie.
Seriously.
But I was getting so mad, and then finally the twist happened, and I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
It was crazy. It was crazy. So that's a little bit of lore.
Like, that's insanity. He would never live that down. Okay, let's see.
I don't hold it for it's like one of the most embarrassing things he's ever done in
Yeah.
his life. He does not want people to bring that up, so I don't ever bring it up in front of him or to him or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because it embarrasses him that he did that. But it's just like, bro, like, yeah, man.
And in the chat, I guess when you started talking about what your buddy did, Nelly was like, what in the good name of the Lord?
Yeah.
That was funny. But then she goes, a few years back, I was a teacher aide, and I was asked to remove the posters off my teacher's walls. Since she was retiring, she apparently found mold behind one of the posters after school ended.
Oh
And
no.
that was Nelly. Yeah, I'm like, and she said I didn't get time to remove that poster and a few others. That's
Yeah. That's
Is man
gross.
back to just...
Okay, before we get on to any other topics, Steve was asking me to pray. He said, would you guys please pray for this? 2 women, they are going through some tough times right now. Yeah, we can definitely pray for them. Do you have their names, or do you want to talk about it, or do you want me to pray out loud here on the live, or just lift them up later, or to myself?
Like, even just a first name is okay. We don't have
Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of easier to pray. Like, God knows who they are, obviously, but it's easier to pray when I have a name or something to refer to them by.
Personal opinion as well. I feel like it's also better when you can directly call out that person.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's also easier because you know at that point who you're praying towards.
Right.
You don't have to know what why. You just know who it is.
Definitely. And it also reminds me, praying their name reminds me later to then follow up and pray again.
Yeah, because it adds a personal connection to it.
Right, yeah.
While we're waiting on him to see if he can give names, I'm not gonna lie, as like a minister in training, if you want to put it that way, dude, I'll be like, when people come up to that altar to get prayed for, dude, at church, but they just start praying, they don't tell you why they're there, and as a minister, when you go to like pray for them, dude, and you don't know, you just kind of like, it's so awkward.
Yeah, I imagine.
Before I just put my hands like on their head or their shoulder or something, and I just start being like, God, whatever this person's up to for.
Yeah.
You know, like,
You know, now. Oh,
Ben.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Here, well,
Hold on, Angel was trying to say something. Go ahead.
Oh, I cut off Andy.
Oh,
they're just it's awkward because you don't know what to pray for.
yeah. Yeah, that would be a little awkward.
Well, and then and now putting in the perspective of the person going up for prayer. Like one time I went out for prayer, and I think I shared this story on a different topic, but like it's weird when you go up for prayer, you tell them the one thing you want to pray for, and they start praying for something else.
Oh.
And it's like, I get sometimes, the Spirit can lead me to do that, but that's what the guy did. Like I was having knee issues, and he told me, or he started praying for my knees, and then he told me I would lift up your legs. And he told me, do you see one is longer than the other? And I'm like, no, I don't see that, and that's not my issue. My issue is, my kneecap, it keeps on dislocating. It keeps, the tendons are messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So then he started praying for my legs
after
to
my
be the same
topic,
length.
I'm gonna start
Look at
cooking
them now.
food.
That is.
No, they're the same length.
Oh, wow. I'd have walked out. I'd have walked right up out of there.
Yeah, I was just like...
Bro's got the spirit of Benny Hinn in him. No thanks. Next thing you know, you're going to be knocked over by a Hadouken! Hadouken! And you're just going to fly backwards. Like,
Response to that video you sent?
huh?
Did you see Brittany's response to the video you sent?
I did, but I was out shopping and my phone was dying, so I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing or respond, but... Huh? Oh, Shiloh has been waiting to say something, and then we will pray for Sarah and Brooke. So what were you going to say, Shiloh?
We were talking about, this.
Oh, come closer so they can hear you.
Okay, so I like when the smell of pizza, when I eat pizza, it smells there, stays there, and I smell pizza and I'm like...
Oh, after you eat, there's pizza got on your nose or on your lip or something and you're smelling it?
Yeah.
You like that or you don't?
I do.
You do like that?
Yeah, because you don't on pizza all the time, but then know where it is.
And stuff. And then I'm like, is there pizza somewhere?
Does he like the pizza farts?
No!
We brought home Costco pizza, but it's weird. The crust was totally different. The pizza was really chewy and the crust was thin. It was nothing like the usual Costco pizza. It was really weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Costco pizza is great.
I know. Yeah, we hadn't had it in a long time. I don't think they changed it. They usually don't change anything about their food court.
I'm saying he wants
I wonder if it's just the dough batter they had was just different.
Well, I figure either they didn't have good, their yeast had died, or they didn't let it bloom or proof, But I don't know.
Say something.
Okay, what were you going to
Never
say?
respond with names?
Okay.
Yeah, he did. Steven's going to say something real quick, and then we'll get on to the prayer.
Okay, I'm trying to remember what I said real quick.
You don't remember?
Well, I have one more thing I want to say. I want to have children, but apparently there's this thing where if you get kicked in the nuts.
Oh Lord, is this?
Like you get punched or get kicked in the nuts, you're not able to have kids for some reason.
That's pretty rare. Yes, you can be hit or kicked in your private parts a certain way and have it affect your fertility in the future, but I don't think it's all that common.
Okay,
Well, I'll say,
okay.
over the years of playing all the sports, you know, like with a bunch of other boys and falling off, like getting tackled, getting hit with a soccer ball, getting hit with a football.
Yeah.
I hate those deals.
I still had a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
But wait, yeah, you have a kid. Yeah. I'm like, wait, you have a kid? And then I realized, oh, yeah, you do have a kid.
Yeah, so he took a lot of shots to the gonads and still had a child, so it's
yeah. It's weird.
Either way, you shouldn't be doing it.
But yeah,
it's a breach of bro code from a dude. Like if you're a dude and you kick some other dude in the ding dang, and when you didn't have to, like if you had to get away, that's one thing. But if you just did it, I don't know. I guess some guys like to sit there and punch each other in the ding dang here and there for fun, which is weird to me.
Men just fight for some reason.
Sometimes you just gotta get checked.
Okay, but
Make sure you wear the cup.
okay, here's what was happening. I was playing with my friends, normal day, and we were on the sidewalk, and my friend was having a fist, and I thought that he was gonna pretend punch me, but then he literally punches me in the ding dong, and I'm like,
Yeah.
And then you're like, why did you do
He's
that?
lucky I wasn't there because I would have drop kicked him to Timbuktu.
yeah, but I was crying and stuff,
Your
and
friend. You keep referring to these little heathens as your friends, and that's not what they are. They're a bunch of
but then later he says
Who
he's trying to
cares?
punch me somewhere else, and that would have been worse. That still would have been bad.
yeah.
What if he like punched you in the would that hurt?
All right.
But yeah.
So you said the names were Brooke and who?
Yeah, Sarah and Brooke. Did you want to lead?
Whoever can lead, it doesn't matter to me. If you want me to, I can.
Well, I don't know. Angel might be chomping at the bit. What about you, Angel? You want to?
You can live.
Okay, we'll let Andy lead tonight.
Hello.
Quiet. We're gonna pray.
Lord Jesus, we thank you for this day, God. Thank you for just keeping us safe through the day, Lord God. And, those of us that were able to go to church, thank you for letting us be able to, Lord God. But, Lord, we come before you for Brooke. I'm sorry, what was the other name?
Brooke and Sarah.
Brooke and Sarah, God. We don't know the need of the situation, Lord, but you do. And we ask that you please touch them, give them peace in the situation, Lord. If it's healing, then touch their bodies, Lord Jesus, because you are a great physician. And there's nobody like you, Lord God. You can do anything and everything, Lord Jesus. And give them peace in their situation right now, God, whatever it may be.
Yes,
And keep them through it, Lord, and let them feel your presence in the situation as well, God. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 Amen. Oh, I remember the topic I was actually trying to say now. But I didn't want to interrupt Andy.
We all
Or Angel.
pray at the same time together.
Yeah.
Like the cool. I think the second time that when we've all prayed together.
Yeah.
Just get that feeling that.
Yes. Like the night we prayed over Anna. That was
Yes.
very powerful.
Yeah, I felt the same way just now too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because usually, if somebody else is praying, I'll just, talk in my head, but this time, like, my mouth opened, I just started, like, standing in agreement and, vocally, and usually I would just be quiet, so. Yeah, I know that God brought us all together for a reason, that's for sure.
But I wanted to Okay, here's the topic I was trying to say.
Okay. Well, make it quick because you're supposed to be cooking
Yeah.
Angel some steak.
Yeah, Kenny has to get stuff ready.
I'm starving. It's past my lunchtime.
Just send us your address and we can send it to you. No, actually.
You need to get stuff ready, Steven.
What?
I can
I'm talking. Shiloh, I'm trying to get the topic.
Okay. Let him finish his topic, and then we're gonna play some like Bible trivia or something, and you guys can go play because you're dominating the conversation. So
Okay.
finish your story.
So it was a video of this girl crying, and she's like, and this person's like, she needs Jesus, and he walked
Oh,
over
they
to him,
watched it too. That's what we
and
were talking
he's like,
about.
God is real, so I'm just gonna walk over here.
That's not what he said, and they watched the video too, so that's okay. You go and start getting ready. Cook dinner.
You could tell him what.
Mama.
He knows what happened, honey, because I sent the video to them as well. We were just talking about that a minute ago.
I made Bo Simpson.
Okay, so Steven?
You're goofy.
Yeah, we should start ready.
Oh, so what were the sermons on at your guys' church today?
Obviously I was sleeping, and Brittany did not go today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Heathen, sinner, can't believe. I'm kidding. Yeah.
I would honestly just throw them away.
I wanna.
Ears to hear, to judge.
Yeah. You know me. I'm the God's appointed judge to scold people for not going to church while I don't go to church. You know, hypocrite. No, I had high hopes for going this week too, and then what was it, 2 or 3 days ago, my throat flared up, and
Satan's trying to make us look like heathens.
no,
What is this?
and then I have been like I usually have body wash, I have, everything I need, and I haven't for a good while now. So I've been using just the cheap dandruff shampoo to wash my body, hair, everything, and I haven't had Q-tips, so I've been using like toilet paper to clean my ears out, and so anyway, the boy's dad offered to take me to town and buy some stuff that we've been needing, praise God. So I didn't intend to be out of the house today, but it was definitely necessary. You can probably hear it in my voice, that it's weird because it's just the right side of this one spot in my throat, and it's like, I don't feel like sandpaper, and kind of sticks together, but it's like that exact spot is directly connected to my ear, my right ear, so it's been causing a lot of pain. But I can't complain, honestly, with how the kids were throwing up and everything. I did have nausea, and I had the runs for a couple days, but I haven't had it as bad as them. Do you know, if you don't interrupt and you let people finish what they're saying, usually they'll finish quicker, and then you can get a chance to talk. Okay, go ahead.
Angel, how do you want your steak?
It's chunks. He wants steak bites. Give it here. Do you like it like medium? How do you like it? Oh, it's beef eye of round steak. Yeah, he likes medium, so he wants a fair amount of pink in there. Is it an Asian style that you want it?
I can't make Asian.
Or is it like lemon pepper? What are we looking at?
I can't make
I always just I'll put garlic powder, onion powder, and then I put a little bit of steak seasoning on it, and then I'll put a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
The steak, but not a lot of steak seasoning.
Okay, so it'd be like, we'll actually be doing some pepper, some garlic, fresh garlic, not fresh, it's minced garlic in a jar, and some onion powder, and I don't think we have steak seasoning, but we probably have the stuff that goes in steak seasoning. We do have
Do you not care if
You have
it's just
lemon
like a
juice?
whole steak?
yeah, I have lemon juice and I have fresh lemons, but those are for fish and chips. But I
You can, 'cause sometimes what I'll do, I'll just put garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and then as it's cooking, I'll put lemon juice over it.
okay, yeah, then I'll probably
Not a lot, just a small amount.
I'll probably have him use some lemon pepper then too. We also have a bunch of different sauces, but we'll try to keep it how you're doing and keep it simple for Steven. I like them to learn the basics and then learn how to season with your heart and all that, you know.
Steven,
Okay, so you ditched your mom yesterday? What do you mean, Nellie? You ditched her, but you still ended up doing a Bible study. I'm guessing she didn't go to church, but she did a Bible study on her app.
God,
Okay, got clean hands.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
you can talk.
Wait. We were talking about seasoning. Like,
Yeah.
Steven already. Now Steven already learned how to season burgers.
Yeah.
My burger was good. And it was
Yeah,
also
Steven the
about-
last couple days has been frying burgers.
I was also gonna say something else.
Whoop, you okay?
Yeah. Andy and accidentally just said Andy. What
It's
is that?
okay. Andy's here too. It's Andy and Angel on the call.
Andy.
You dropped a cereal.
Hey, Andy.
I'm gonna make
I was gonna say something.
Okay, you're interrupting again, Steven. Let Shiloh finish. Go ahead.
Okay, so that reminds me of that one time that I was sick, where I had a stomach ache. I've had this happen before, but then when Mommy tried to feed me some pie, I just
What? they can't see you to see that you opened your mouth big. Explain what you were just saying.
I puked.
Yeah, you puked, huh? Oh, I know what you're talking about. This was last week. He kept having a really bad headache because that was part of this whole sickness we've been having. So he needed to eat something so he could have some ibuprofen because I didn't have any Tylenol at the time. So I asked if he could just take, I was trying to give him something that would be appealing. So I offered him a little bite of, it was like the corner breading of one of those little hand pies, you know.
I said I didn't feel like it.
And he was like, I don't feel like it. And I was like, I know, honey, but you have to have something in your belly to take the ibuprofen, because otherwise it'll make your stomach hurt really bad. And he was like, okay. And he started taking the bite, and it's like the minute he breathed in the taste of the smell or whatever, he just puked all over it, all over the pie in my hand, and poor baby. Yeah, that was no fun, huh?
Well, I did, but then I ended up having an appetite.
Yeah, then you got a little appetite. Yeah, it was mostly stomach acid.
Throwing up because I will throw up from a stomach bug, but I'll throw up 3 times because of the one. Because I'll throw up and then I'll taste it and then throw up again.
Yeah.
I'll smell it and then throw up again, and
Uh-huh.
it'll just be constant.
Yeah.
Like when someone with normal situation with stomach bug maybe throws up like 3 times or something in a row, I'll be like 9 or 10 times deep.
Yeah.
Like puking my guts out because of the smell of it.
Yeah.
I sometimes have that happen if it's like
What do I do about this?
I vomit and then I accidentally swallow a little bit of it.
What do I do
Oh,
about my knuckle?
when we were on the trip,
Nothing.
when we were on
You
this,
can put a Band-Aid on if you want.
when me, Mommy, Steven, Kenny, all of my brothers were like going to this big hotel, I was like sick. So like I vomited one time and then I vomited again when we got to a cool point.
Was that when we went to,
I did. Hold up.
yeah, we went to, what was that town? I can't remember what the place was called. Kenny, what was that town we went to when we went to that pumpkin patch that was a disappointment?
I remember it was kind of old-timey.
Yeah, it was past Bellingham. It was like, dang on. It's just, I don't know. It's escaping me.
It was that one place.
Yeah, it was that one place.
That one place.
No more details necessary.
I'll be doing cooking.
Trying to remember what.
You'll be the one cooking. You're also gonna prepare.
Yeah, I think it was by. Oh, I can't place it.
Mama.
You don't need onions yet.
We do need the
You need
onions.
to
I
start.
know what
So you guys want to play some trivia? Yeah, baby?
I know what these things are now. They're unicorns.
Yes, they are
I'll play.
unicorns.
That
Okay.
I
ain't
will play.
Okay, I will.
This is basically a burger.
Pull up.
You don't cook a steak like a burger at all.
Oh, no, that means
Steaks are a lot more complicated.
What's Avery doing?
we still have to flip it over, right?
Doesn't know what it is though.
Okay, let me see.
Still have to flip it over, right?
So funny. I'll be looking for like difficult Bible trivia questions, and they will ask the simplest things. I'm like, what in the world?
Wait, this looks like you open it.
Okay, so on this one, they have
Oh, so be trying.
they have 20 easy levels,
So that's what
20 medium levels,
preparate the meat.
20 hard levels, and 20 expert levels. Do we want to embarrass ourselves or no?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going with level 80. That's the highest.
Embarrass me too.
I'm sure there will be no difficulty in that with this.
Yeah, I've always embarrassed
Okay.
me.
These are true and false ones. Okay. Enoch's father was Jared.
I'm gonna cut this.
Is this a true or false, you said?
Yeah, true or false?
I'm gonna be real, I don't know that, so I'm just gonna say true.
Alright, since I don't know that either, I will say the opposite false.
Okay. Nelly, true or false? Because we can only pick one.
That was not good either. We're gonna want this one.
Is there anybody else in here?
It's kind of a stop.
Looks like maybe we have another
I'm
person.
gonna demonstrate one of
I picked true.
Hand to wash.
You picked true,
Yeah.
and Nelly picked false.
Okay, you need to wash
Alright,
that.
so Kenny,
Yeah.
true or false? Enoch's father was Jared.
False.
Okay, so we're going with false.
I
Oop,
said false.
Careful.
I said true.
We won't know the answers until the end, I guess. I didn't know that's what kind of quiz this was. Or whatever.
Size of the
Jacob sold his household's foreign gods for 300 shekels of silver. True or false?
You want
The size of it is pink.
I
True.
want it to be about each of the cubes.
I'm going false on that, but I'm gonna Google it.
Start.
Yeah.
True. I'm going true.
Alright, I'm sorry. One more time, what was the question?
Jacob sold his household's foreign gods. Hang on. For 300 shekels of silver. And Nellie is going with false.
Wait.
We have
I'm gonna go with false.
Oh.
Apparently I have one more injury.
Yeah.
I have one more
Okay,
injury.
so we're putting false.
Wait,
what?
I have one more injury that has
From where?
from the scrapes and bruises.
On your foot?
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is.
Do you have a sharpening iron?
Oh, it's not blood.
It's just some piece of dirt on your foot. Go wash your feet, stank. Okay, true or false? Deborah was buried in the cave of Machpelah. Or Machpelah. Pila, whatever it is.
That actually could be a new sharpener.
True.
We'll just cut all the sides. Leave that size.
And then we'll cut them into even smaller cubes by doing. So now I think I can.
Okay, what are you going with on that one, Nellie? Where was Deborah buried? Okay, she's going with true as well. What about you, Angel?
I said true.
Oh, okay, then Andy. Did you all say true?
True.
Okay. Miriam was shut out of the camp for 40 days. True or false?
What is it?
Miriam? No.
Miriam.
What?
Isn't that Moses' sister?
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. How long?
2 weeks.
Steven said it was 2 weeks.
I think so, maybe,
I
yeah.
said it was 1 week.
Shiloh said 1 week.
Is
Kenny?
No.
No clue. Avery!
I think Kenny means
He's asleep, I think.
Why would he be asleep? He slept all day.
I don't know.
Asleep or in his bed with his phone? Shiloh, go see.
steak.
Yeah, I'm going to.
No, Steven, you just stay in there and get your stuff ready. Like,
Ooh, yeah, we
there's
did
the peppers.
peppers.
Also, you need to shut. Kenneth, do you need some cough medicine?
Yes.
Please don't cough on the food.
Mom, I'm your stupid
And then-
secret ninja.
Okay, well, be a ninja and go in there and see if he's awake. Steven, why don't you... Oh, mercy. It's okay. I just... Every time I try to talk, you cough. That's why you need to be on top of taking your meds. Have you had Sudafed today? Okay, so take a Sudafed, and you can either take the guaifenesin by itself, or you can take...
I'm gonna be
You can't take the Tussin, though, because it has that phenylephrine in it, which is like the wannabe version of... Yeah?
I don't
So you have to do this real quick.
know what he's saying, but it sounds like he's saying
This
for.
way?
He's saying what?
I don't know what he's
All
saying.
together.
He doesn't... He's not making sense?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check on him. We'll be right back.
That.
Entertain
That
them,
looks like
Shiloh.
mom, I think. Oh,
It's okay.
Avery?
no.
I don't know what
Pay attention.
his true or false thing. Was Miriam locked out of the village or whatever for 40 days? Miriam was meant to be stoned? But they locked her out instead? No, yeah, that was not Miriam. Yeah. It's not a village. What's the question? You guys, what did I say the question was? What was she locked out of?
Was she locked out of... no.
She was locked out because she.
Miriam was shut out of the camp for 40 days.
Out of the camp
Yeah,
for 40
because
days.
they sinned against
it off!
Then turn it off! Shut up!
Steven, can you quit yelling and go over there? I'm dealing with it.
So now, Stan, I've got these little cubes that are cut up.
He was desperately trying to turn it off. Okay, so true or false, Avery? False? Why are you already in bed? You slept like most of the day. I mean, I don't mind if you sleep, but like, what's going on? Are you sick? Yeah, you just unplugged the Wi-Fi and everything, so.
Sorry,
Just do what you're gonna do. Are you feeling okay? Do you need medicine? Shh. Close
Angel.
the door. You got sunburned on your wall?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bro, we need to link up on Battlefront 2 sometime soon.
We do. Yeah, started playing online tonight.
You're
I don't even know. I've never played it online.
Hi.
Kenny, what are you doing?
I'm tenderizing the meat.
Okay, that's not tenderizing, it's pulverizing it.
Sorry.
Bro,
It's
chill.
so good, bro.
Yeah, it is. So I played it on the Xbox Series S, right, like a couple years ago. And it was pretty good, but man, like the PlayStation 5 graphics, dude, that's insane.
Hi.
It would have been better if you would have played it on the Series X instead of the S, because the X is almost it's got the disk drive, bro. It's almost like a PC.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I figured that's what it was, right? Because like I said, it was just a cheap one. But, dude, like, that's insane how good it looks. And Josh is playing Spider-Man, like the Miles Morales ones. And I'm like, dude, it looks real.
Yeah.
Do you have a mallet?
Yeah, I used
Or whatever it's called?
Bro, I made I haven't even tasted it yet,
press firmly.
but I made chicken arm
knife sharpener.
tenderloins earlier.
Very sharp.
Yeah.
Take some
For
medicine.
like me and my wife's
Take your finger out.
lunch for work.
Put your hand flat here.
I haven't eaten them yet, but
Keep your thumb up.
I think it's gonna be pretty nice.
Do we have any?
Does not.
It's
Let me check it. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the chat to see if there's anything on there. That sounds good. Gosh, I'm trying to remember. Brittany used to make this one thing. I don't even remember what it was, but she would. So apparently, there's this thing called nutritional yeast, and it's supposed to be like a substitute for cheese. And
Yeah.
I forgot what she would put it on. Dude, that's so good when she would put that on whatever it was she was. And I don't think it was meat, or it could have been ground beef. I don't know. I don't think it was meat though. Dude, that was bomb.
okay, well here, just don't take Sudafed and take the Tussin and set. Here, have us let down one. Alright. I think it's 10,
Yeah.
20.
So, when you get home at 8, you gotta watch Anna now, right?
Gosh.
No. She's gonna be with my grandma tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
For birthday. I would be cooked, bro, if I went home and watched her and then had to go back to work.
Hello.
After being up right now, dude, I would be done. So
Hello.
Yeah, I
had to. Obviously, I would if I absolutely had to, but that would be Garbaggio.
I remember that's on garbage when I hit that.
Yeah, dude, sometimes, like, which sucks because now that it's my last night, now I feel comfortable being a night shift. You know, so now I'm gonna have to swap back over because then I go back to work and go like 4.
But you work July 4th?
Look at the hands.
Yes.
His hands.
See, I never like working July 4th, not because I'm super patriotic or anything like that. I really don't care. I would, like I said, I would be a loyalist. If I was alive back then, I just would like not missing out on all the meats, bro.
Well, I like it because they give us triple time to work in a federally recognized holiday and stuff. Yeah, so
I would. That's do triple time, bro. That would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going with false on that one because we got more votes for false.
Wait, what was the question? I don't even remember.
Miriam was shut out of the camp for 40 days.
I said true. What is the
True.
answer?
Well, I don't know until I do know the answer, but that'll tell us at the end. But since I've already casted our vote, I'll tell you it was actually 7 days.
Okay.
Shiloh was right. It was a week.
Shiloh,
Is it because she was on her cycle?
1 week. That's right.
no.
Was that sounds right for Jewish people?
Yeah.
She was struck with leprosy after speaking against Moses.
Oh, word.
Miriam was a dude?
What?
You said Miriam?
Yeah?
When you're doing this,
And that was a dude? Or that was a girl?
No, that's Moses' sister.
drop your
I think
When you put your fingers out like this, let's say you're trying to
Oh,
go.
okay.
Let's say
Okay.
you're
I
trying to
heard
go
that she said he was struck with leprosy. I'm like, wait, did I hear that name right?
No longer have a finger.
Oh, no, I didn't say
Now instead,
for being struck with leprosy.
Wait, can I? Let me get something.
run your fingers side.
That's what she was, I was reading, this was a consequence of her being struck with leprosy after speaking against Moses.
Oh, stop.
Okay. Okay, the Ark of the Covenant was in Philistine territory for 7 months. True or false?
Oh, yes, that's true.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
I literally
I'm
just
gonna
read
vote
that.
Yeah.
Didn't they, man, and they did some weird sacrifices to
I'm
prevent
voting
God from
true.
getting them in trouble.
They did, what was it? 7 golden tumors and 7 golden rats.
Yeah.
I'm
And
going.
they were getting tumors on their, like, genitalia, right?
Yeah, like all over their body
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, that's
because they took the ark.
Yeah.
Which is surprising, though, because they don't, like, the Jewish people, they would die if they touched it, right? The Philistines didn't die, they just got struck with
I'm going.
diseases.
I mean, ask yourself which one's more merciful.
I'm just
Yeah, no, I
gonna.
know, that's what
Instant death or like
saying, if you
tumor.
yeah. Well, no, that's what I'm saying was wild. It's like God had more mercy on them than he would the Jewish people. Although the Jewish people, they had more knowledge of the truth than the Philistines.
Well, no, I'm saying the Jewish people had more mercy.
You think so?
Yeah, bro. Instant death versus painful, just waiting. Because what it doesn't specifically say, but I imagine the tumors were probably cancerous.
Unfortunately, you need to press harder.
And it had said that like a lot of people kind of died, and like they were trying to get the plague to stop.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I guess if you put it that way, it's worse. I just figured. I mean, instant death is obviously painless, or you would think, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it like that. I'm gonna die instant death versus slow, painful disease.
Yeah.
I think the faster method is just
Yeah, I guess
pull
it's
it down
like if a new
and
kid,
like
do you want to be there for the
scrape
fallout?
it,
Do you want to
here, Kenny,
be one of the ones that
here's
gets
my
vaporized
here's my
instantly?
a better option.
They don't have a possum emoji?
How
Why?
far away from the fallout I am, to be honest.
What?
It depends on how far away from the fallout I am.
Way more easier.
Yeah.
I mean, there's fallout, right? The fallout's gonna go all over the world. It's just like where it actually will settle is that's the thing. Like, where does the plume go?
Yeah.
Here, I think this is nice.
Let me see. Hang on a second.
Are those sharper?
I I do know some advice I can give you if something like some sort of radioactive fallout happens, and table salt is filled with iodine, and you can saturate your thyroid with iodine before the nuclear fallout gets to you to kind of protect your thyroid.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what do you do with it? You just swallow the whole thing of table salt?
Yeah, I mean, I think you probably like a spoonful or spoonful, which obviously that's not good for you anyway, but it's better than getting radioactive sickness.
Wow.
Yeah, I would rather not get hit with the Chernobyl disease. Thank you. I'd actually probably just rather die. If I had a choice.
Yeah.
Like, if there was an event here at work, that's what they give us. Potassium iodide.
Oh, wow.
But I can't take that because I'm allergic to shellfish. So I'd just die.
Alright, Beaver. You've been a real one.
I mean, I don't know, like, would that be
You don't know that putting the meat in your mouth or eyes is quite
all that bad if you're gonna be, like, going through the other thing anyway?
You do not want to die due to radiation sickness.
Well, I bet it could give me pink eye.
That's bad.
I'll give you pink eye.
Yeah, it's like basically, so what will happen with that is you'll start to get better. Like, you'll feel horrible. You'll start to get better, and then you'll get worse.
Oh, I was saying, wouldn't it be better to just die from the shellfish reaction than to live through the radiation fallout or whatever?
Hey, Mama. Mama.
Yes.
Can you letting Steven use an actual knife?
Yeah, I know.
I'm letting you the fake knife.
He's learning. Isn't that cool?
That's how that would go. It just go like...
Excuse me.
Put down the knife.
So this would be me. I just put in emojis.
Like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, like, and then fallout, but I would rather die instantly
Mama.
than die to shellfish.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Mama,
I'd just be like my little emoji guys that I just put there. Yes?
is this real? Is this cereal or
I'm trying
skin?
to be as
Now
careful
wash your
as
hands.
possible.
Well, it looks
To not
disgusting, whatever it
touch
is.
my,
Cereal.
Okay, so King Saul was buried in Jericho. True or false?
False?
False.
Kenny, was King Saul buried in Jericho?
False.
Okay, we've got a false for most of us. All right.
Well,
I think that's false.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's see what's Nelly say.
Because I think they had places for kings to be.
I think the Philistines also put his body on display. Him and his sons.
we should put back to the heat that was on.
I mean, they should have just yeeted it over a cliff somewhere, right? Let's see. I'm going to go against my gut feeling and say true.
7.
Well, we still have the majority false. All right, so Elisha sent a prophet to Ramoth Gilead.
The meat's cooking, okay, Angel?
True or false?
You said Elijah or Elisha?
Elisha. Or Elisha or whatever.
True.
No, I don't know.
Wait, actually,
I'll say false.
do we have to add the spices?
Kenny?
It's Elijah.
Kenny.
What?
Elisha sent a prophet to Ramoth Gilead. True or false?
True.
Okay, we've got a couple of votes for true. Wait. Have y'all made the peppers, onions, the rice, the corn?
It's 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Wait, no.
Steven, what are you doing?
Putting a timer on it. 8 minutes.
Okay.
I don't think 8 minutes.
Not putting.
No, definitely not 8 minutes.
Oh, wow.
That needs a special
Yeah, the thing is if you're cooking cubes of steak only to medium, I probably would have done that like last after you sauteed the veggies.
What seasonings did he say?
He said he uses a little bit of lemon juice. He uses pepper. I think he said pepper. He uses garlic powder. What else? Yes.
Garlic powder, onion powder, always salt, and sometimes steak seasoning.
Garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and sometimes steak seasoning. But he also likes to put some lemon juice over it. We have bottles of lemon juice we just got while it cooks. So you could use lemon pepper. Okay, so we'll stick a true on this one. Yeah, Nellie said true. All right. Elizabeth kept herself hidden for 3 months. True or false? Kenneth, did Elizabeth keep herself hidden for 3 months?
Probably true.
I'm going with true. Kenny's going with true. And now I have true in the Rainbow Kingdom in my head again. What do you guys think? Hello?
The bottom's getting red, so that means it's in there.
I said true.
Oh, I didn't hear anybody answer. Okay.
And the steak will be
Alright.
coming, and we'll put pictures on Discord or show it.
All right, but you might want to make the stuff that goes with it too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I am playing video games. Can you guys hear it or no?
Where's the pepper?
I can't hear anything over them cooking in the kitchen.
Okay, good.
You handle the steak.
Okay, and Nellie said true. I'm going with true, so we're doing true. John the Baptist was also baptizing at Aenon because water was plentiful there. True or false?
I don't know. I'll just say true.
Okay, I'm not sure if that's what Nellie is saying true to now, but I think so.
This stuff would really hurt to get in your booger.
Oh, the lemon.
Where did Andy go?
Yep.
I'm just really intensely focusing on what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what is it really cut?
In the book of Revelation, John saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast.
You're gonna be able to cut it
Yes.
back.
True.
What is it? What is it?
Are you sure about that?
Wait, what was the question?
Just keep doing that.
In Revelation, John saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast.
I feel like that's halfway true. I think it was like she was clothed in scarlet. So I'm gonna say false to the scarlet beast. And I think she was wearing scarlet.
Okay.
Harder.
What about you, Angel?
Misremembering the way they worded it.
I said true.
I'm going with true. Kenneth?
Yeah.
In the book of Revelation, John saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast. True or false?
In your lives of you reading Revelation, were those recent?
True. I don't know. I haven't.
I have a few that are recent, but a lot of them are old, about a year old, or maybe not that long. But and then I used them and turned them into shorts too.
Okay. Sorry.
I do, yeah.
Oh, your answer. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go with whatever you're answering.
What was the what were the seasonings that
You just wanted
Garlic, which I would just use minced garlic, but you can also use garlic powder. And
You can use the minced garlic to fry first.
onion. Well, I would put the minced garlic in with the peppers and onions. But
Oh, we need some rice.
Garlic.
Also.
Shiloh, try not to jump on the ground.
So we might be kidding.
Kenny, did you hear me?
you said lemon juice, the onion powder, the
Garlic powder, salt, and then I was saying garlic in the with the onions and peppers. Do you guys need me to do anything?
I don't think so.
I think I'm right
Okay.
handed. This hand. I always thought that was this hand.
Okay. Have you guys ever heard of Savior Machine?
Not heavy-handed.
Savior Machine.
Yeah, it's a rock band from a long time ago. Okay.
There's a bunch of water that's building up in it.
What are you doing, Kenny or Avery?
Oh, cut the onion. Don't cut up the onion.
What is he doing?
Now?
Oh, I didn't bring you something to drink, did I?
Wait, we need to.
I'm sorry, I got distracted in here with Shiloh and with them, and I'm trying to think. I know we have orange juice out in the freezer in the garage.
Concentrated or?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
What can I
I do have a green soda. We might have 2 green sodas. One is for Shiloh, and then Steven has pineapple Fanta.
Oh,
Let me
so
see.
that green soda was for me.
Oh my gosh. How is
Now
it?
they
Trying to get it centralized.
It's not happy to be on the channel.
gotta get this laying on my
Okay. Okay, so and Nellie's saying true, but to skip her vote 'cause she hasn't read it yet. And I'm going with true. Avery, in the book of Revelation, John saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast. True or false?
I haven't read Revelation.
Y'all don't ever listen to my videos? What's wrong with you? Okay, so check result. Enoch's father was Jared.
Right.
Jacob. Wait,
This sauce.
See how it's nice and seared now?
let's see. Jacob. Oh, there's so much noise. Jacob sold his neighbor's foreign gods for 300 shekels of silver is false.
Oh, I got that right too.
Dump it all in there on it.
He hid them under a tree
Yeah, I'll do it.
or something.
Careful to spread it around.
How do
Uh,
I get in there?
Deborah was not buried in a cave in Machpelah or whatever it's called. The Bible verse says, and Deborah, Rebecca's nurse, died, and she was buried under an oak below Bethel. So he called its name Alon Bakuth.
That settled with? Yeah.
Miriam was not shut out for 40 days. It says, so Miriam was shut outside the camp 7 days, and the people did not set out on the march till Miriam was brought in again.
We gotta mix the seasoning and fat.
Are we able to like bring the volume down a little bit? I don't know why everybody's yelling.
I'm not trying to yell. Oh, I'm trying.
Yeah, geez, Angel, you're always so loud.
I got this.
Okay.
Sorry, Mom. I accept who you
I
are.
got a little bit of
Thank you. When someone knows.
The Ark of the Covenant was in Philistine territory for 7 months, was in fact true.
we have to add
Yes, sir.
this.
King Saul was buried in Jericho was false.
Yes, sir.
Elisha sent a prophet to Ramoth Gilead was true.
Hands for this. Where's the other hand?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's so
One
fun.
hand hold the pan.
What?
Hold the spatula. Then gently.
What did you say, Angel?
To help.
Oh, I said that was false, so I was wrong on that one.
Oh, okay. Elizabeth kept herself hidden for 3 months.
Go.
Um,
All the way from here. All the way from the end.
okay, so I was wrong because she actually hid herself for 5 months, not 3.
That's a lot. I was thinking we need to
John the Baptist was also baptized in Aenon because water was plentiful there is true. In the book of Revelation, John saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast is true. And he carried me away in the spirit into a wilderness, and I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was full of blasphemous names, and it had 7 heads and 10 horns.
You didn't tell me we were cooking rice.
Yeah, I told told you earlier in the process, like, hey, we're gonna be cooking rice.
Hang on a second.
Ready.
Mama.
You don't have rice now.
What?
You said it
We
was
don't have
10.
rice.
You said it was
We have
10
rice.
ones and
We
7
don't
ones.
have
Oh, you're talking about the diadems?
Well, we need to find.
You're not supposed to be listening to my Revelation recordings, dude.
down there, but by the time the rice is gonna be hot.
Oh, I think he heard me record that part.
Sheltering him from God's word.
No, I am teaching him God's word on a level he can understand without being terrified. Okay, let me see.
Do you do it though because like you think it'll scare him, like because he doesn't understand?
I don't think he can understand it, and yeah, I do think it would scare him.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I was 11 and it scared me, but I also think that might be because I did understand it.
Yeah.
We can't get the rice.
That was
You can't get, but that's not what I said. I said that by the time we make the rice, it's going to be cold.
This is my
What? So you just decided you're just making steak and that's it?
Well, Stephen did not inform me at all that we were
Yes,
making
I
rice.
did. I was for
I mean, I said 3 times while you guys were doing it that you should do the peppers and onions before you do the steak.
I didn't even know there were peppers and onions.
Okay.
Oh,
I think I am going to have to go cook. Alright.
Making rice now.
Well, hang on a sec.
We'll have a
Let's see.
picture of the rice and the meat separately. Steak. So let's have a picture.
Of course I need my Bible. What do you mean?
Picture of steak, or like a caption of the steaks. And we'll share it on the Discord. Put the picture on Discord later.
Okay, hang on. We should probably do...
Well, we'll do the rice and meat separately.
Why don't
And
you...
you said you're gaming right now?
Why don't you try it?
On Fortnite.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
you're up.
I'll do a video of you trying it. How about that?
My kiwi sauce.
Yeah, and we'll put how to make it in the.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, just on the phone, bro.
Kiwi sauce.
Well, I'm currently playing Borderlands, the pre-sequel.
Okay, you have the greatest.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Okay, hang on, guys. I am going to do a video of Steven trying the steak, so I'm gonna hang up on the phone for a second.
Yeah, and we'll show you guys.
Okay. Go over against the curtain.
So, we go back on and
No. Oh.
jump in.
Okay. Hang on.
And
a minute.
the end of all my flow.
Okay. Make sure you.
Whoa! We got
Yeah.
you.
No, not all of it. Just take a piece on the fork.
Oh. This was a thing for the.
Okay, and then blow on that piece.
This is paper. Of course. Okay.
Okay, close your mouth. Nobody wants to see a video of you smacking your mouth open like that. What do you think? Yeah? Good?
So now we need
I realized just as
the
you
recipe
put it,
for this. It's you have to buy steak at the store, and you have to have peppers, lemon, and
No, my kiwi sauce.
I think we heard the seasonings 3 or 4 times in the
okay.
live.
We'll just put the recipe in the description.
Well, I mean, Angel gave us the recipe, so I don't think we need to give
Oh yeah,
the recipe.
well for people.
I want to try it by.
funny thing, I didn't check. I didn't check how cooked it was before taking it out. It looks
mean, they're small bits, but how long did you cook it for?
Oh, yes. Probably even 2 done.
Kenny, look, it's me, Papyrus, but the
I probably
opposite.
should have heated it out before we threw them in.
Very sour.
No, but that's good.
Guys.
I just threw lemon juice in a thing, and I put all the seasonings in the lemon juice.
We made it into a sauce.
So that's probably why it's sour.
And a little spicy.
It was just at first.
Yeah.
Hey, Kenny.
I'm the kind of person that makes meat with the intention of it being extremely well seasoned, so it can go with a base like rice or something.
Yeah, we thought we were okay.
I didn't know we were
Don't
doing.
tilt it. Okay.
I did not know we were making
All right.
rice.
Let's get off of the couch with it now, and you don't need to eat all of the steak. Okay?
Yeah.
But I have to try.
Yes, definitely. Can you come over here to do it though? It's just when you're when you stab the plate and stuff, it will roll off. Okay, close your mouth, please. We are still live.
We'll share the video of it.
Yeah.
It's really good. The lemon juice, just I would cook, either put a little bit less or cook it a little bit longer, but it was good.
Yeah, it definitely go good with like some.
With the peppers and onions, that's gonna be delicious.
Yeah, it would go good with peppers and onions, or like.
Yeah, like that's.
Some rice or mashed potatoes.
That's what I'm gonna go do right now, but that means you're going to have to pull up your Discord and listen to Andy and Angel talk and read some like Bible trivia questions. So
I'm dying.
Oh, my phone is 1%.
I'm dying.
Where's my charger?
I'm dying. It's actually.
okay, you can use mine. Here.
I still believe in it.
All right. So
we'll do a picture.
Heavily into teaching me and the other ministers is that you always want to be preaching from an overflow. You want to take time to go through and have sermons ready, so that no matter what happens, if God needs you at a moment's notice to preach or something like that, for whatever reason,
no, sir.
You are always ready.
No.
Like the Bible tells you to be in season and out of season.
I think that's a good idea. You see, because some people, they think it's something just, I mean, I guess that's not a bad thing, even though some people may be spirit-led, which that's not a bad thing.
You can still be spirit-led, preach from an overflow.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm like, I agree with that a lot. But I think some people, like, I think they do it, they say that just as a way to not, to be lazy about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you definitely can be.
Now, I can't really judge anyone because I don't ever see myself being on an altar preaching in front of a lot of people. Because I cannot, like, I don't know why I freeze when I'm in front of people who public speak. Dude, I cannot do that.
Like, you could definitely be lazy about it if you wanted to, for sure. But you can definitely still be spirit-led with it, because when you're crafting the sermons, there's a lot that goes into it, that if people are just lazy doing it, just halfway doing it, like, it's gonna eventually show, because that's how you get those, like, evangelists, bro, that you know they didn't pray because they go into a church and they just say some wild junk and then they dip out there. Like, what they're saying has, like, no one in the church is dealing with, nobody in the church is going through what they're talking about. And it's not even like, it could come later. It's just like, no, bro, like, clearly you just didn't even bother to pray. You just grabbed something out of your back pocket that sounds nice and fancy. Because whenever you're crafting a sermon, you need to be in prayer about it. You need to ask God to lead you to make the sermon to lead you to what He wants wants you to preach at whatever time it is that he wants you to do it. But you're making sermons in advance. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it is.
You know you're on.
I agree with you. Like, I think, like, I completely agree with that statement though, that people should, like, you should have sermons readily available. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but, like, it's like, and then also when you're writing the sermons, I feel like the Spirit is gonna lead you while you're writing them up, you know? Like,
Oh, for sure.
like, I do think there are times when the Spirit just leads people, like, they want to do certain things, or they don't know what to do, and then the Spirit will just lead them in that way. Like, I completely agree with what your pastor says.
What question were we on?
What?
What level were we on?
Well, we did 80. We're just picking a random level. You can.
Yeah.
You could also find a different Bible
Yeah,
study
so
that has a little
I have
level.
several things done.
Yeah.
I have several things almost done as well. But I don't know if I already have something that God wants me to say, or if there's something that I haven't done yet that He wants me to put out there.
What do you feel like your heart is going to, or not your heart, but like, where do you feel like the Spirit is kind of pushing you towards one?
I have one that's kind of been on my mind. And honestly, I'll be real, it's an interesting one. I can probably send you a copy of it
Yeah, we can do that a little later.
in a minute.
Okay. When you're writing these up, are you like praying the entire time? Like, do you just completely go uninterrupted while you're doing, like, completely like isolate yourself for that moment?
I'd imagine.
Sorta, kinda. A lot of times, honestly, I try to work on my sermons at work because I am completely alone and it's just me and God.
That makes sense. I mean, that's taking advantage of your time. That's good.
But sometimes, like, I won't finish it all at one time. Sometimes it'll take me a few days or something like that, or I'll work on it and I'll get, like, I guess you could call it almost like writer's block, I guess. And I would just be like, all right, I'm gonna come back to this. Sometimes I've worked on, like, multiple things at a time. I'd say it depends on the situation. Like, sometimes I've sat down to work on stuff before, and, like, my whole entire spirit just won't be right, so I'm like, I'm not going to try to do this right now.
Yeah.
Because my headspace is not in the right place.
I'm currently looking through the Bible so I can, like, kind of fashion my own trivia, because a lot of these trivia things are not good.
Kenny!
I'm in the middle of doing this, so I can't.
He's probably going to go out of the Chronicles
Did you try this day?
and start, not the Chronicles,
You're supposed to
gosh, wait, is the Chronicles the one that has the genealogy?
No, I'm not gonna do. I wouldn't torture anyone with the begats.
Okay, Mama.
Who begat this person? If you're a real fan of the Bible, you know.
Can think about is me mixing ketchup.
I was kind of thinking about just going through an entire chapter and
That's all I can think of.
like, either you can, if we get stuck, we can
Right now,
people can read and figure out the answer and stuff.
This was your thing here.
I've currently
Stop shooting him.
Oh yeah, I think we should make corn on this.
You think so?
Yeah,
That's what I've been saying.
Oh my gosh, just blow up, dude.
cutting the vegetables, and we will be.
I'll cut 4.
I'll be making the rice and yada yada.
This isn't good because it's open.
Just shuck them all, and then we will decide. Yeah, it looks like you guys kind of left them out and
Okay, so here.
yada yada.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's no.
So, I have got Daniel in front of me right now, which is
All right.
one of the judges, which is one of the judge books in the Old Testament, and I'm thinking that I'm not sure what I'm thinking. We might read the chapter and then I'll give some trivia on it. See who remembered. Might just start with some trivia and then read the chapter. Or
Yeah, do that.
yeah.
What I can say instead.
Let's look for something that's more memorable.
I said to myself, I can't end up dead, and I did a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
I did what my mommy said.
Do a barrel roll.
It's better and better.
Okay, there's my stove. I got the corn. Somebody, where's Avery? Fill it up.
I'll try to keep them up.
Did you see I got Walla Walla onions today, Kenneth?
Oh.
Are you just sitting there silently reading the chapter without talking to them?
I'm trying to find a good chapter. Nelly hasn't said anything. I'm sorry guys.
What?
Are you sorry? Are you really sorry?
I'm not very good at this. I'm not very good.
Peppers and onions. The food that he asked you to make.
I don't feel like he's truly sorry.
What he wanted.
Yeah.
Which is peppers and onions and rice.
Do not feel the sorrow.
That is what I'm making.
What is it?
Yeah, and corn. Isn't it?
A little while ago, since I have a 3D printer, I was trying to make a 3D printing channel, and I don't know. I just didn't. I'm not very good at tending to a crowd.
What?
I'm throwing away the corn that's bad.
But
Oh my god, I fell right into the lava. Thanks.
And just check them.
I'll
Check
try.
all of them and then decide. What? You scared me.
I don't know. For the first chapter of Daniel, none of this seems like anything that anyone would remember. I mean, I could throw it at you guys and y'all could guess.
Go for it.
Okay.
So,
So,
I want to see corn
False.
before we toss it.
I'm going to give for, let's say, for every 3 bricks, I'll give you a question. Alright.
How many did you throw away?
I just thrown away the ones that were.
Without even opening it? That's waste.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so,
Wow, dude, I think that thing just sent. Yeah, Angel, it just sent you. It sent itself to you through a text instead of a PDF file.
Underneath might be good.
Okay, I can access the whole thing though.
Yeah.
Spend more time trying to convince me that you just want to throw away than just doing it cold.
I will read that. But I'll play it so I'm not being distracted. I want to actually read through it and not just have all the voices in my head.
the entire first chapter of this is just, I'm just gonna,
And voices in my head, I mean you guys have my AirPods.
I know you're gonna say no.
ooh.
Not that I'm schizophrenic or anything.
Something with A.
Okay, here's finally something that
So I'm gonna
feels
throw
relevant.
milk.
Okay, so, y'all know Nebuchadnezzar, right? King Nebuchadnezzar. In what year of Nebuchadnezzar's reign did he start getting his dreams and his troubled spirits? You think it was the first, second, third, or fourth?
Charlotte, can you hold it? Oh.
Yeah, that reminds me of the song. You know that I think that's by the Newsboys actually. Which kind of says, but you know the song "The Great I Am."
Yeah, I do not.
Get the increment and put it in a fine mesh strainer and wash it.
From Nelly, we have third year. What do you guys think?
Now we're gonna pull him.
Would you like a drink?
We usually do this.
What's the point?
Do you guys think it was the first, second, third, or fourth?
What are you doing? No. We're trying to... That's not how this works. That's not how anything works. You get to the end, right? You pull them all down. You get to the end, and you grab hold of that stem and break it. And now your corn is shut.
Hello?
Oh, this corn is not fully shut.
Yeah, you just snap that off. What's going on?
Oh, did something bug out?
Beast, I haven't seen all of them, but I want to see them. I just don't know if I want to watch the ones that are heavily political based.
Sorry, it
I'm
looks,
just like, why?
it looks like I bugged out, guys.
It's
Sorry.
not written by them. Never mind.
Did you guys hear my question? Sorry, I bugged out.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm just being an idiot.
Oh, no worries. I think the Discord booted me from the call for some reason. Okay, so during Nebuchadnezzar's reign, he started having dreams, and his spirits were troubled that it left him awake. Sorry, it says, and his spirit so troubled that his sleep left him. So, what year of his reign did this happen? Nelly has said the third year.
And that's what I was going to say. I was going to say the third year.
I'm editing a sermon. What was the question?
During Nebuchadnezzar's reign, he had dreams, and they left his spirit so troubled that he couldn't sleep. Now, what year of his reign did he have these troubling dreams? Nelia said third, and Angel said third.
I say that.
Like the third year of his actual reign, or like the third year of his reign with the Jews there?
It just says now in the blank year of Nebuchadnezzar's reign.
Can you give us the audio? We need to go back.
20th? I don't know.
Well, I'll give you a range between 1 and 4. Just so it has 4 answers to the question.
It's impossible.
I'll
It's
say-
not impossible
I'll
to
say
that.
4.
You just need to go the opposite direction.
Alright. What do you think it is, Avery? What do you think it is? The first, second, third, or fourth year that Nebuchadnezzar started having troubling dreams during his reign? What about you? What do you think?
I haven't a single clue.
We need to go the opposite way.
I'm going
okay?
with 7.
Yeah, it was first, second, third, or fourth.
That's not right. We need to do it
I didn't know there was
normally.
options.
I just made up the options. Nelly has said third. Angel said third. Andy said fourth.
Steven, I'm blocking that path and
All right, everyone is wrong. It was the second.
Oh wow! I even thought to say second.
Now, in the second year of Nebuchadnezzar's reign, Nebuchadnezzar had dreams, and his spirit was so troubled that his sleep left him. Then the king gave command to call the magicians, the astrologers, the sorcerers, and the Chaldeans to tell the king his dreams. So they came and stood before the king, and the king said to them, "I have had a dream, and my spirit is anxious to know the dream."
Stop, Sharon.
Then the Chaldean spoke to the king in Aramaic. O king, live forever. Tell your servant the dream, and we will give the interpretation. So the king answered and said to the Chaldeans, my decision is firm. If you do not make known the dream to me and its interpretation, you shall be cut in pieces, and your house shall be made an ash heap. However, if you tell me the dream and its interpretation, you shall receive from me gifts, rewards, and great honor. Therefore, tell me the dreams and its interpretation. They answered again and said, let the king tell his servants the dream, and we will give its interpretation. The king answered and said, I know it is certain that you will gain time, because you see that my decision is firm. If you do not make known the dream to me, there is only one decree for you have agreed to speak lying and corrupt words before me till the time has changed. Therefore tell me the dream, and I shall know that you can give me its interpretation. The Chaldeans answered the king and said, there is not a man on earth who can tell the king's matter. Therefore no king, lord, or ruler has ever asked such a thing of any magician, astrologer, or Chaldean. It is a difficult thing that the king requests, and there is no other who can tell it to the king except the gods, whose dwelling is not with flesh. For this reason, the king was. I'm trying to think of good trivia as I go, so I'll just stop here and give a trivia. Do you think the king was angry, upset, happy, or those are the three options?
Happy, upset, or relieved, you said?
Happy, upset, or angry?
Because of the dream?
Because of what they said.
Oh, he was upset. He was angry.
Yeah, he was angry over what they said.
Yep. For this reason, the king was angry and very furious, and gave the command to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. So the decree went out, and they began. Yep. Well, it was angry, not upset. But I guess it means the same. I chose a bad trivia question. I'm sorry. So the decree went out, and they began killing the wise men, and and they sought Daniel and his companions to kill them. Alright, let me find a good one in chapter 3. You guys can talk.
What was the dream? That's the real trivia.
Yeah, he hasn't said the dream.
You're going chapter by chapter?
Yeah, I'm just going chapter by chapter in Daniel and finding some good trivia. Ooh, here's a good one. How large, what were its dimensions, what was its square, or sorry, what was its cubic size in cubits, the image of gold that that Nebuchadnezzar made?
What was what?
Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold whose height was blank cubits and its width blank cubits. Oh, never mind, it's not a cube. It was, let's say, so it was blank cubits and its width was 6 cubits. So how big do you think that its height was? How tall was it in cubits? Let's see, what's a cubit to like a foot?
I'll be honest, I just recently read all the way through Daniel, but I have no idea, bro.
1.5. So,
a cubit is like, is it 1.5 feet?
Yeah, it's 1.5 feet.
Okay. I thought a cubit
do y'all think it was,
like
do y'all think it was 90 feet tall? 120 feet tall? Do you think it was 12 feet? Not 12 feet tall. I did my math wrong. Okay, restart. Do you think it was 30 feet tall, 60 feet tall, 90 feet tall, or 120 feet tall?
I'll say 30 feet tall.
Kenny, check if anyone's saying anything in the chat.
I'm checking. Nelly said upset before. What do you think it is, Nelly? Nelly, I'm not sure how to say it. Is it Nelly or Nelly?
Nelly.
Nelly.
What was the other option? Nelly.
Nelly. That was what I was saying before. Yeah, sorry, Nelly. How tall do you think it was, Nelly? Do you think it was 30 feet, 60 feet, 90 feet, or 120 feet?
Is that the bunny?
This is the golden statue that Nebuchadnezzar made. Yes, the bunny. The bunny from VeggieTales.
Wait a minute, is that what that sword is based off of?
Yes.
So you're saying it's 60 feet, Nelly? What about you, Angel?
I said 30.
So Andy didn't answer.
Yeah, I have no clue.
big, but at least 60.
So your answer 60?
No, I'm saying at least 60.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with 60.
Wow.
It was big, I know that.
So it was 90 feet tall, but it was 60 cubits, so I don't blame anyone for saying 60.
Bro, what if Donald Trump got that money rolling in the biblical times, bro? That man, Nebuchadnezzar needs to let a brother hold a dollar. I mean, hold a dollar.
More like Solomon does.
Bro, Solomon, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Solomon is like actually the dumbest person I've ever seen.
Solomon was not very wise.
Yeah, supposedly if Solomon is setting the bar for the wisest person ever, he's pretty retarded.
Solomon was not very wise.
Well,
He married seven
no, because he was wise. It's just his own. He still had free will, right? His lust got him.
Ooh, I found
Yeah,
another.
it's not his lust, though. He chose to abandon God after those women's false gods. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. He's not very wise because, you know, he might be wise in certain affairs, but ultimately he's stupid because he chose to abandon the person that gave him wisdom to begin with.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I feel like it's just a testament to show how we can't rule ourselves and how we need God, but we think that we can, so we believe that we're wise, even though Solomon was actually...
Yeah. What do you guys think? I'm gonna read. Sorry. I'm gonna read.
Kenny, take medicine.
I did.
You did, Steven.
I'm gonna read. I was thinking of the medicine. I'm gonna read some more, and then I found a good place to stop and have some trivia. And King Nebuchadnezzar sent word to gather together the satraps, the administrators, the governors, the counselors, the treasurers, the judges, the magistrates, and all the officials of the provinces to come to the dead.
It muted you again, I think.
It did?
Yeah, my dude, I cannot hear you.
How are you hearing me if I'm muted?
Oh, no, we're not hearing you.
What?
Yeah, it's like you cut out when you started talking about, or once you started stating your question.
Oh, it was cutting out? Oh.
Yeah, like you were in the middle of talking, and then you were like in the middle of a sentence, and just it just cut out. And then the next thing we heard was, "How can you hear me talking if I'm?"
Oh, I see. Yeah. And okay, so I'll restart reading. No, I think maybe the phone being in sleep mode, it's buggy on Discord or something. I don't know. And King Nebuchadnezzar sent word to gather together the satraps, the administrators, the governors, the counselors, the treasurers, the judges, the magistrates, and all the officials of the province to come to the dedication of the image which King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. So the satraps, the administrators, the governors, the counselors, oh my gosh, why's it gotta restate it all? And all the officials of the provinces gathered together for the dedication that had set up, and they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. This is quite, they they gotta make sure you heard that you heard it.
Don't you know how the Old Testament and KJV works, bro? You gotta read everything 15 times in a row before they make the main point.
Well, here's the thing. Ancient poetry used to be based on ideas rather than syllables. So where we rhyme with syllables, they rhyme with ideas, where the idea of the previous sentence would be the same, restated in a different way. So it looks like the Bible's repeating things over and over, but it's actually ancient poetry.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Paul is one of those people I refuse to read in KJV if I'm just reading the Bible.
Yeah.
Because that man is like, that dude. I'm not even trying to be communicating with the real life Archimedes, bro.
King James
is so hard to
James version is kind of hard to read in general.
It's one of the more accurate translations.
Sometimes reading KJV Paul's writings makes me literally feel like I'm having a stroke. Like I'm not even trying to disrespect
if you want all the accuracy of King James version with none of the Old English, then look into New American Standard Bible.
That's what I use. You know what's really funny? When I used to read the King James version when I was younger, like a teenager, I would read right before bed, and I would like read for a while, and I would be really tired, and I I would notice that in my dreams, I would start talking, like whenever there was, in my dream, whenever we were talking, it would be like the way it was written. And not like Bible related, it's just the conversations would go like it was written out in Kingstone's like.
Just all in Old English.
Crazy, bro. I'm not even trying to be out of pocket, dude, but like, you have one of those kind of dreams, and you just like, well, what's up, my fair maiden? How dost thou go today? Start quoting the Song of Solomon at her.
Alright,
I'm flying.
my trivia thing is just around the corner. We just got past the part. Then the herald cried aloud, "To you it is commanded, O nations, O peoples, nations, and languages, that at the time you hear the sound of the," and then there's a bunch of instruments, "in symphony with all kinds of music, you shall fall down and worship the gold image the king Nebuchadnezzar had set up." Now, there's a bunch of instruments here, and I'm going to ask you, which one of the following do you think is not one of the instruments? Do you think that it is? Hold on, let me get. I need to get a false instrument that sounds good.
I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting for you to go down the list and be like,
Okay.
harp, lyre, flute.
So here's I'll give you 4 here. All right. So of the 4 following, which one do you think is not on the list?
Make something.
Psaltery, flute, lyre, or pan?
And
Did I make it too obvious?
What is on the floor right here? There's a little
Everybody immediately said
Oh,
pan.
it's an ice cube melting.
That was the false one. Yes.
Hold on.
Look at my
I wish they did start an electric guitar.
Yeah. But you just go down the list, you just be like, saxophone.
Guys, which one was the false instrument? Do you think it was? Am I getting the wrong? Am I thinking of the wrong instrument when I think of the pan? What's the pan instrument? Oh, so it's like
Like I said, I also just recently read through all of Daniel.
it's like a fancy thing. So you're our Daniel master.
Still look.
I'm not a Daniel master, I didn't even know how tall the statue was.
That's not a big deal.
Wait, stop. Had a bit.
Oh, gosh.
Just let your head up.
It was 60 cubits,
That
obviously.
hurts a lot more than
Okay. So yeah, it was. They had a horn. At that time, you hear the sound of horn, flute, harp, lyre, psaltery, and symphony with all kinds of music. You shall fall down and worship the golden image that King Nebuchadnezzar has set up. And whoever does not fall down and worship shall be cast immediately into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Was it that obvious, Nelly? I really thought like a pan was gonna be like I was thinking of like one of those ancient ceramics that you just kind of like pat on in different places, you know, like a kind of like a drum. I don't know. I guess I don't know my ancient.
It doesn't sound
Music.
fancy enough for Babylon.
Okay, but a horn doesn't sound all that fancy, particularly.
Yeah.
For them back then, though, it would have been.
Yeah, Shiloh had one like that.
Yeah, I mean, you'd expect that back then too, a horn.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Especially if it was before royalty, for sure.
Hey, what do you guys think about people that play that sheep's horn, or that don't blow the sheep's horn, like during
The-
worship?
The
Yeah, but
It's very strange to me. I mean, if that's what they choose to do, and like the pastor doesn't care, and it doesn't really bother anybody else, you know,
yeah.
I died.
go for it.
oh wait, like someone in
Same thing
the.
with the people with the flags, bro. I don't understand people that wave flags.
You mean like someone in the congregation just brought a sheep's horn and started just playing their heart out?
Wait,
Like, they'll just do it randomly.
Yeah, I would think that that's not a good thing. That's bothersome.
I mean, it's the same thing as like a tambourine.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you should bring a.
I won't.
Oh wait, I guess that's what you were saying. I was like.
I'm gonna make a pipe.
No, Nelly says they need to get out. I'm trying to be peaceful. I didn't know I was in a tribe. Well, it's like again, like you were saying, if you're on the stage or what, if you get permission from the pastor, I guess. But I feel like no pastor would accept having a noise machine randomly played over their, whether it be their worship or their.
I've seen the horn, and then like I know from being in there now the last couple of years, like I know the Spirit of the Lord like moves in my church, right? Like I have no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But they wave flags.
Can you help me open this cool?
Like I don't know, it doesn't bother me, but like it's just not my form of worship.
Yeah. What kind of flag? What kind of flags? Like American flags or like?
Doing that, right? They're not doing it right there in front of everyone. I mean, they'll go up front, but they pull off to the side, right? They're not like distracting anyone.
Yeah. What kind of flags? Like American flags or like Christian flags?
No, they're just flags of color. And to me, sometimes like I like watching. I do like watching it sometimes though, because like you'll watch. Like, for example, like a little kid.
Yeah, just like
he'll go and in the middle of worship, he'll start dancing with the flag, or she.
Yeah,
as they're twirling the flag around, you can like the way the flag moves, that fluid movement, and like how it surrounds their body and it covers them. It kind of like puts an image in my head of how the Spirit of the Lord will protect you and cover you.
Yeah.
It's like a long ceremonial kind of flag.
That's different. I thought you were saying that they were waving like American flags or Christian flags, and that's kind of like idolatry. But if it's just like flags with colors on them for the sake of more of the like, I guess the. I'm not sure exactly what the motivation is, but no, I don't think that that's like a bad thing. It's not bothersome.
He's 10 right now.
But like the horn, to me, I'm just like I think it's a little bit odd.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess like I don't know, and maybe that just makes them feel closer to God, or
our pastor brought one
worship.
I'm drinking.
Yeah.
Our pastor brought one time, just because it was like as close to like a Jewish horn back then that you could get, but he was using it as a prop in a sermon. He wasn't just like blowing it to blow on it. He was making a point with it. But I've never been in a service where somebody brought their own to like play during worship or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what I've seen people will do it during worship.
It probably depends on what time you do it.
So, I haven't seen them do it in my church, but I've seen it at other churches where they'll just blow the horn randomly during worship.
Okay, I'm real tired.
Well, you see, Pastor, this squeaky chicken, it's like it has all the elements of a horn. Alright, so at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the horn, flute, harp, and lyre in symphony with all kinds of music, all the peoples, nations, and languages fell down and worshipped the god image which King Nebuchadnezzar set up. they just all did it. That's wild.
Bro, that was scrumdiddlyumptious.
What was scrumdiddlyumptious?
I made like so like chicken tenderloins.
Yeah.
It's like chicken. I made like chicken parm, chicken tenderloins.
Ooh, that sounds good.
So I fried them. And then I took them. I had my wife do part of it because I had to go to the bathroom and stuff. But after they were fried, put like aluminum foil down over a pan, like a baking pan, and I preheated the oven to about 400 degrees, and I put the chicken tenderloins in the pan, and then heated up like marinara with some like Italian herb seasoning mixed into it. Put it over the chicken tenderloins, and then put mozzarella cheese over it. Put that in the oven until the cheese started getting melty, and then I had her turn the broiler on, and basically melted the cheese further to make it look nice, kind of like the top of a pizza. And that's pretty good.
That sounds so good. So Brittany made sauteed onions and zucchinis. I think they're zucchinis. And I just had that with rice. That's pretty good. It was like really, really good.
I'm so excited for the food that Steven and Mommy are making now. I'm hungry.
I'm definitely not against sauteed veggies. Those are dope.
Oh yeah. Therefore, at that time, certain Chaldeans came forward and accused the Jews. They spoke and said to King Nebuchadnezzar, "O king, live forever. You, O king, have made a decree that everyone who hears the sound of the horn, flute, harp, lyre, and psaltery in symphony with all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the gold image, and whoever does not fall down and worship shall be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom you have set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not paid due regard to you. They do not serve your gods or worship the gold image which you have set up." Then Nebuchadnezzar, in rage and fury, gave the command to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So they brought these men before King Nebuchadnezzar, saying to them, Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the gold image which I have set up? Now, if you are ready at the time you hear the sound of the horn, flute, harp, lyre, and psaltery in symphony with all kinds of music, and you fall down and worship to the image which I have made, good. But if you do not worship, you shall be cast immediately into the midst of a burning fire furnace. And who is the God who will deliver you from my hands? I don't know why. I don't know why, but the way I said it made it sound funny. If you do not worship, you shall be cast immediately into the midst of the burning fire furnace.
How about this?
So, my question for you guys is do you think Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, hold on. Never mind. I thought I had a good one, but I didn't.
Just say the names of the characters.
Well, I feel like that's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, that's okay.
What's great?
I'm trying to hear that
I'm disabled, I need to be
message to the group, but it's not letting me because it's not doing it in a PDF file.
Yeah.
What message?
One of the ones I sent to you,
Oh, okay.
but it's not converting it to a PDF file. So,
What the heck?
try to play around with this. Send it to the drive. Yes, sir. Upload it as a.
Is it able for you to combine those?
Okay, here.
Seems related anyway.
Here's a good one. Then Nebuchadnezzar was full of fury, and the expression on his face changed towards Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He spoke and commanded that they heat the furnace Oh, I ruined it. I was gonna ask how many times more, and then I just went and blabbermouthed it. Alright, I'm sorry. Never mind.
And did you combine both of those topics to one?
Can't even read.
Okay, I got a good one. So, as they were cast into the furnace, they were bound. They were bound in the clothing that they were wearing. Beside their other garments, what 3 pieces of clothing were they wearing?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. I could try to combine them, but I don't know. I don't think I would. I don't think it would work. I don't know if you've read both of them already, but whenever you read them, I think you'll kind of see what I mean by it would be kind of strange to combine them.
Hi, Nelly.
That's why I'm asking, because I haven't read them yet. I only read part of the first one.
Hi, Nelly.
This is just the portion I read I liked a lot.
Hi, Nelly.
It's the opposite of what you thought.
I believe one of them was able to send to the... Okay, yes, sir. Worked.
One of them, like a Google Drive document, came into the chat.
So,
Nelly says, "Hey, Stan."
Morning here. Hey, night today.
What?
if you click on it, does it open for you?
I don't have Google Drive.
Okay, I want to tell Nelly the story. Back off, Kenny.
So,
Mom
Hold on.
said it was my turn to open.
let's see.
No,
I have
I
to
was
sign
going to say
into a
something
Google
to
document.
Nelly.
Okay, so
Google
I
Drive.
have prepared 6 pieces of clothing, and let's see how many everyone can get right of what 3 of these were they wearing. Okay, hold on, let me actually jumble them up a little bit because I have it in the order of the correct 3 and then the incorrect 3.
Again. Only one more hit.
I want to have the electric pipe.
Okay, so
Oh.
16! We're not getting an electric anytime.
trousers, robes, coat, undergarments, earrings, and turbans. Which 3 of these were they wearing when they were bound and cast into the fire furnace?
Robes, undergarments, and a turban.
What do you think?
Where was it?
When they were being cast into the fire furnace, they had their clothes on, which
Were they all wearing the same thing?
yeah. And the options are trousers, robes, coat, undergarments, earrings, and turban.
Coat, undergarments. And
Nelly says turban, and what other 2, Nelly?
earrings.
I wanted to tell Nelly.
And what was your answer, Angel and Andy?
Is anybody else coming in? Either of them?
I was going to tell him the story.
I said robes, undergarments, and a turban.
I was going to tell them the story.
Shiloh?
Yeah, I almost said the same thing.
Alright. So the answer was, I thought it was funny that everyone answered undergarments when undergarments was not mentioned. I said beside their other garments. So other garments might include undergarments, but was never specifically mentioned. It says, then these men were bound in their coats, their trousers, and their turbans, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
Yeah, the other garments.
You said other garments, not undergarments?
Not including their other garments, was what I said.
I know, but for your answers, your options, did you
Yeah,
say
I said undergarments was one of the answers.
Oh, okay. Aren't trousers undergarments?
Yeah.
No?
Wait, aren't they?
Trousers are pants!
No, wait, no.
Are trousers pants?
Under
Trousers are
trousers.
Yeah, trousers are pants.
Okay.
Did we get it
Usually
wrong?
with pleated
Uh,
fronts.
all-
Nobody needs
I
those.
think all of you got one right.
What?
Playing a soundboard.
he warned us. I think both of you got turbans right. Mommy got coats right.
Robes.
The wrong answers in particular were the earrings, the undergarments, and the robes. So it was the trousers, coat, and turbans. That was kind of a weird question, I think.
Well, do they consider coats robes? Are there any other versions that say coats too?
Andy, a little funny guy.
Yeah, I think in hindsight, I think that these were kind of vague clothing.
Steven.
There's only one that I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
Hello, well.
There's only one drawing you haven't done yet.
Okay, so all the viewers who haven't watched the video
Yes.
yet, I talked about a topic.
I literally just were on the bottom of the call.
Sounded like
I just clicked in the middle of it.
Soundboard, look at that.
he
Yeah, right
sounded
above
like
the chat option, and it just gives you options. Only 6 options, but
he sounded like.
Yeah.
Lee McNasty is that guy's name.
Very nice.
It's the rapture.
I wanted to say something.
What do you want to say?
Okay, so this is gonna be a topic.
We're not changing to a crazy topic. If you want to say something,
Okay,
then that's
so
fine.
one day, me and Daddy were going to Dollar Tree, and we get there, and like a little bit through trying to get there, I tried to bike, and it's super cool. It's fun. It's not that hard. I didn't hurt myself. And then when we get there, we see the guy has a cast. I'm like, how did he get the cast? And then he said, oh, I crashed on a motor bike.
Didn't we already talk about this?
Well,
Not when Nellie was here.
Oh.
so
So you're talking to Nelly. I'll turn the mic towards you so that you can talk to Nelly while I look at the.
So yeah, so that should have been me and Daddy's warning, but we still went on, and I'm like, oh, Daddy's about to approach, and it looks like he might crash into me. I should go fast. And I go a little too fast, and Daddy says, slow down, and I'm like, okay. And then I put my foot down without stopping to brake, and then I start tripping, and then I luckily didn't go head over handlebars, but I fall over and I skid across the concrete. And yeah, that wasn't fun. I'll be putting my injuries on Discord.
No, you
Not
won't.
on Discord.
Not on Discord. You'll put it.
You also won't be putting your injuries on Discord. Pretty please and thank you.
Okay, we won't put the injuries on Discord.
Okay, so.
But I got that on my knuckles and stuff. Bye. Alright, it's not done. I'll be making a cord.
Alright, leave a few more minutes.
So, the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were obviously thrown in the furnace by 3 people, and then they were taken out by, who was it? Let's see. They were taken out by, or they weren't taken out, but they gathered to see the satraps, the administrators, the governors, and the king's counselors, who saw the men. But who took them out? It looks like nobody took them out. I guess they just came out on their own.
Well, there, done did it. I hope that wasn't heard, but.
Uh-oh. I'm trying to look for good trivia here, but I think now we're at the point of the story that everybody knows all the stuff.
I'm at the part of the story where I've told you 5 times to get the cancer flea medicine, and now I don't know where you put it.
I couldn't find the flea medicine.
I had put it down here for you to. It's in a Ziploc bag. There's a box in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah. Are you taking back the stream?
I need to sit down for a minute. That's all I know. The rice wasn't quite done.
I'm not very good at this, I don't think.
Good at what?
Doing the stream.
Well, I find trivias I don't like.
Yeah.
Okay, here's multiple choice. Did you find this one or is this one I was on? Yeah, you let the phone close. Hopefully before the other thing. Hey, when did you guys get cut off?
Like 2 minutes ago.
No.
Oh, really?
He got cut off for 2 minutes, honestly.
I didn't think it was cut off for that long.
Just check the call chat to see why.
Huh?
You can look at the. Can you know the chat on the call?
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
So Andy sent that first one. It says, "Andy, chill." And then that one dancing was
Mario.
he said it was me when I'm off. And then I told him the next one under that was me with Brittany when I'm at home and she got new projects.
And then I said the one I did, I was like, oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow!
No.
What? Oh, my phone died.
But Mama Church,
Yeah.
do you have Google Drive?
Yeah.
Oh snap! So you can open the link I sent them. Angel can't open it.
Oh,
I
okay.
just sent it to him through other means.
I might have Google Drive. I think you get one automatically right once you have a Gmail. So I might just have to sign into it. Like
Yeah,
sign
if you have,
Can you
have
check
to,
the
like,
rice, honey?
download the app and then sign in and all that kind of stuff. But you have the exact same thing. I just sent it to you through a text.
Yeah.
I just don't know why I couldn't get it to convert to a PDF. No idea why.
So, did you guys hear me in the kitchen?
No.
A little.
Oh, okay. It's not done still?
No.
Wait, you said 8 minutes for that rice? There's no way it needs another 8 minutes. I told Avery it didn't need that much water.
Also, you need to relax.
Okay, let's see. Where is... Oh, there's Nellie. Hi, Nellie. Nobody is in that other one.
Nelly, do you like Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit? And choose your answer wisely because it will determine my viewing of you from this point on.
Alright, but how far back are we taking the Hobbit, youngin'?
What do you mean, how far back?
How far back? Do you know? Okay, where there's a blank, there's a way.
There's a will.
No. Where there's a whip, there's a way.
Are you quoting the book?
I'm quoting the cartoon movie from years ago.
Bro, that's dumb, bro. No.
That's not the point.
No.
It's dumb?
No. 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 No.
Okay.
No. Any self-respecting Lord of the Rings fan does not count that cartoon, bro.
Really? Which cartoon are you talking about?
Any of them, bro. Even the most recent TV show is not that good.
No, this is from way back when. This was early 80s or late 70s.
Yeah, that should have never happened.
Okay, So let's see what Nelly
These
says.
are the only accepted Lord of the Rings canon material.
She said, "I'm a Harry Potter and Percy Jackson kid." Kenny? Oh, she has a boyfriend.
Dragged me with a wooden spoon that touched a waffle.
Yeah, she already said her boyfriend's the one. She knows it, but she likes Percy Jackson. When was the last time you saw a girl say that?
She likes Harry Potter and Percy Jackson. Kenneth, it's time to get in the suit.
Do you guys like the Italian Job?
I've never seen it.
I don't think I saw it.
This is Nelly's answer, what it does to me, Graham.
Are you guys in the live?
I keep on going in and out of it.
Oh, okay, because it says there's 3 people here, so I'm just wondering if it's.
And I go and like every time my phone locks, I'm sure it takes me out of the live, and then I unlock it and I just read the chat.
Okay. Because the only one I know for sure is in here still is Nelly. Oh, it just dropped down to 1. They're like, oh no, she saw us, she noticed, leave, run, quick.
Percy
You've
Jackson.
been spotted.
Percy Jackson is sickening.
Percy Jackson will make me jump out of the moving vehicle, bro.
Did you say Percy Jackson is sickening?
Wait, are you talking about the movies, the books, or the remake?
The TV show or the other TV
You know,
show?
I liked the movies, Percy Jackson movies.
I'm not gonna lie.
I never read the books.
I
Oh,
didn't read the books. The movies were alright, but that remake, dude. Oh my goodness. Bro.
no.
I don't know what remake you're talking about.
I'd rather eat like a 3-hour-old McDonald's bag of French fries than
Kenny?
watch those remakes, bro.
The stove is talking.
Well, if you haven't read the books,
like,
then you can't say whether or not you think it's good or
I
not.
was not a fan of Lord of the Rings.
I never had a real childhood, bro. How do you mean? I watched the movies. They're just not that good.
What?
I have a lot of friends that like Lord of the Rings. I watched one movie.
Yeah, I've been trying to get my boys to watch Lord of the Rings, but
If you try to compare old Perk 30 Jackson over there to Lord of the Rings and say that I didn't have a real childhood, that's pretty
First,
crazy.
What?
Jackson.
who said that?
She's from the United Kingdom, I think.
So what
They're
you're
different.
talking?
Never had a real child. Oh,
Yeah, I forgot. The United Kingdom
She's-
wet beans on wet toast. And they
she's
call
a
it-
lot younger than you, bro. Like,
So
Yeah,
what
but-
you're
well,
telling
not by much.
me?
She's only, what, 6 years?
What you're telling me is that you.
well, yeah, but her age
If you
fits
don't know
when.
that 6 years from 18 to 24 is a big amount of life experience.
It's
Right.
true, but I do think, I mean, the culture is way different there than here.
Wait, here, let me ask. Hey, Nelly, what do you think of the Twilight movies? Don't say anything, Andy.
You know, I'm not
Don't
gonna
say a
lie.
word. I'm muting you guys. Hush. I want to hear her untainted opinion.
Her opinions have been
Well,
tainted.
you can't hear it, you have to read it, so we can still
Yeah.
talk.
No, but she can hear you talk. Oh, I guess there is the delay. Depending on how long she takes to
I like the
respond.
movie, though.
Yes, what?
I like them. She likes them.
Just yeses.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Oh, we did talk about this with her. See, oh, I thought she was going to say maybe she didn't know that much about that because that's your closer to when you would have been watching that kind of stuff. And Percy Jackson is closer to the age she was around for those kind of movies and books and stuff, which is similar for Kenny. He loved Percy Jackson, the books.
Hey, does she know your Easter egg about Twilight?
Oh, probably not. I don't know. Nelly, do you know about Bertha on the big screen? Hang on a second, I gotta check the rice.
Also, I am frustrated. You say that Percy Jackson sucks, but you watch the movies. The movies suck. That in the movies, they made Grover black, which isn't a problem. But then they made him what is caricaturely black, he hated country music and
Stereotype.
a super stereotypical black guy. Not even like a... Just like a real black guy.
but what about the... Didn't
Hey,
they
now
make
you're
a boy
responding, by the
character
way,
a girl
to
in
your
a
question
TV
about
show?
Bertha.
You're having...
Oh, she likes... No, she likes the books,
Yeah, the books.
not the movies.
The books of Percy Jackson are good.
And is she talking about Twilight, or is she
Oh, or wait, are you talking about Twilight or Percy Jackson?
The Poseidon powers to fly up.
Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit rings?
Percocet Jackson?
Percocet Jackson.
I don't know why that was...
Lord of the Rings. Here's my problem with Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I started reading The Hobbit, and I didn't like it because it was hard to follow. I didn't know what was happening in the slightest, and it felt like. I guess maybe that's because I started with The Hobbit instead of Lord of the Rings, which is a prequel.
She was talking about both movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I never read the Twilight books. I only watched it really because... Well, actually, no. I watched it because of my sisters. And then Brittany liked them, so I watched them with her. Andy's crying.
Yeah, Percy Jackson, the movies were wild. Avery said that one of the new Percy Jackson TV shows was good, but it wasn't accurate. None of it was like accurate to the story. I feel like
What? The Percy Jackson TV series? That's like the most faithful adaptation?
Twilight books.
I don't know
At all?
I always have a very particular idea of what the characters look like and act like and sound like.
Oh yeah, they utterly
And-
switched around like characters. Cause
And every time I watch a movie or TV show, that delusion is broken, and I'm now left with disappointment.
Randy, this is not for you, alright?
You know what book they should make into a movie is that George Orwell one in 1984.
Alright, I need my phone for a second to take a picture.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
I really need to. I really need to read the Lord of the Rings and the.
Why isn't the keyboard lighting up?
I really need to
anymore?
read the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit properly. Now that I'm not.
Why isn't the keyboard lighting up anymore? Is my question.
It's still on. It's just.
No. Why doesn't it do the lights?
I think I have it on a setting that has it not doing the lights, just because I found it distracting.
Okay, I'm trying to get a good picture.
Who's Steph Myers?
Who? Oh, she's the writer of the Twilight books.
Apparently, she self-inserted herself
Stephanie.
as Bella in the movies. That's wild. Imagine writing a book about a girl romancing some men and then acting as the girl in the movie. That's wild.
Oh, I don't know if they're on the... Why does it do that? I minimize... Are you guys still there?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you could hear me or not. Okay.
And I'm also
I'm just trying to get the...
quite cringe, to be honest. Oh,
What?
I think he's talking about. I think Andy said quite cringe, to be honest, bro. But I think he's talking about what Kenny was just talking about.
Oh. I wasn't paying attention anyway. I was taking pictures of the...
He was saying the writer, how she wrote the books, and she ended up playing the character of the books she wrote or something.
Right, yeah.
Which, yeah. But that doesn't make sense though, because it wasn't even.
She's not the actress. I don't know what...
No.
Maybe I'm confused. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong version of the word self-insert. Like, is she... What is it? She wrote Bella to be like herself. Not that she acted as Bella.
Oh.
I don't know. Who said it?
Nelly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was my fault.
I
I got mistaken. I forgot what self-inserted meant. Yeah.
Well, I could tell you what it means. It's like when you take your opinion and you wad it up like a piece of toilet paper and you... I'm sure you know the meme I'm talking about.
Me and Shadow had a drawing talent, so can you rate
I
all
believe
your
she's also Mormon.
Sure.
Oh, she told yes.
Who is? What are you doing, Steven?
I want to know, like, Andy, you got to read Percy Jackson before you can say it's bad. Like, there's quite a few things you can say about Percy Jackson being bad, because it's generally not that good of a story in hindsight. But you can't watch the movies and say it wasn't good when the books themselves have plenty of. It's just not very deep.
You have to smoke crack to know it's bad.
Like it
I
didn't.
already know.
Like even like Squid Game is a more compelling story than Percy Jackson because it tells a narrative about the characters through the medium, where Percy Jackson doesn't really have any defined theme throughout it. It was kind of a collection of cool things that happened in character development. Don't get me wrong, that's not a bad story necessarily, but it's not a great story. It's not anything like noteworthy in the Tales of Time. And particularly the sequels that they made,
What are you doing?
or that he wrote, the ones about the Roman stuff. Those just sucked. I mean, like, Lost Hero was kind of good, and then everything past that kind of felt less like really uninspired, which I guess is kind of a flaw with that kind of writing, where if you don't start with something great, then you don't. Yeah, there was character development and a plot. It just wasn't more than a book. It was just a book to be a book, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just that, as stated, I've indulged in better content since then.
Oh, what book are you guys
Still talking about Percy Jackson.
Yeah, I got lost.
It was charming, if nothing else.
I never read either of those. I probably never will either.
I feel like if I actually dedicated time to it, I could make a better Percy Jackson movie than a lot of the popular ones. Like, for instance, for Percy Jackson, let me compare and contrast it to a different book that I read recently. It was Skyward, or was it Skyward, or was it?
I don't know.
I think it was Skyward. It was called by that writer that's become super popular recently. Recently-ish. It was a story about rebellion and like thinking outside the box and stuff. But it wasn't just your generic be yourself and don't listen to other people, because the main character, her arc was a lot more complex than that, and it told a story rather than of rebellion, or that like that superiority is wrong or whatever. It felt more like an asterisk on the condition of humans to make structured societies. And the twist at the end was really interesting, and I have not read any books after that one, but it told a narrative, and it kept to that narrative, and all the characters and everything they did, though they were complex and multifaceted, they still drove home that same narrative. It didn't feel like a mess of multiple things happening at once, which may be more realistic. But the key to making a good book is having something that feels like a structured mess.
Dude, I want to go back to mommy.
Food.
Oh, is that my phone?
Well, it's food. Well, I will have some. I was just plating it, sort of, to send in the picture. Did you go see it, Angel?
Yes, I did. Did you not hear? I said that looks really good.
Oh.
So, I want to go get
Yeah, I kind of jumped in and tried to figure it out because it was. Are you okay? Breathe in slow through your nose. Slow. Cough out hard. Are you alright?
Yep.
Okay. Make sure we're not talking with food in our mouth or anything. Are you okay?
Yep.
Okay, good. Do you want to try the steak and rice?
Steak and rice.
You don't want to? Angel says it. He thinks it looks really good. Do you want to try a bite?
Chicken and ducky.
No.
Actually, there's no chicken. It's all
Okay.
beef.
Yeah, he wants chicken. That's the problem.
And ducky.
Well, you know what? It's so hot that it might be. They might have the la 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 la.
Chicken.
Well, there's no chicken. It's just so hot that it's
I
like
know.
la 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 la.
It's like beef.
Where in the world did my charger go?
Oh, I need to get up and take my pills and switch the laundry. What?
My charger's disappeared.
Oh, I have no idea.
I hope I didn't leave it at work. Oh no,
You didn't work today.
Well, no, yesterday.
Oh, did you take it with you?
Yeah, I did because my phone was gonna die.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's a good thing I work tomorrow, I guess. Well, it doesn't feel like a good thing.
What?
Low daughter.
It's good because we work tomorrow.
Oh, so my phone will die.
Oops.
I have knocked off the light.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to the studio.
Gosh, now I'm getting tired.
Are you trying it?
I have not yet. It's very hot.
This isn't.
Oh, you want?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Tell Avery too.
Do you think there could be worse than skating across the side of the road?
Yes,
That-
there could definitely be
That's
worse.
You want anyone else feel cold?
I'm boiling hot, but I'm also in menopause, so if you guys are cold, we can turn it off. And I will just go die.
No, we're not gonna kill you.
No, I'm just playing. I got really hot because I was cooking at the stove.
And know you're really, really hot because you had a blazing hot pepper.
No, I didn't put any hot peppers in it. It's just bell peppers. I have hot peppers for my jalapeno poppers. And I'm actually going to stuff them with queso this time.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it's, I don't know if you guys have Hagen or Top Foods there, but they make this queso.
If we have what? I'm sorry?
A store called Hagen or Top Foods.
If we do, I don't know.
Okay. Well, it's a pretty big store, so. I think they own like Albertsons and all sorts of big ones, but at any rate, they make this queso that's really good. And I can make a pretty close duplicate, but I don't. Anyway, I'm gonna put that into the jalapenos, and I'm going to mix bacon in with it too. Pieces of bacon. And then, because I just do halves of the jalapeno poppers, and then I will flatten them into some like panko or breadcrumbs or both, and then put them in the air fryer.
What?
Something weird.
Who is like kicking my chair? Where did Andy go?
You might be on a patrol right now.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Let's see, what's Nelly doing?
Guard?
Where did my screen go? There it is. Oh, we're making. I'm sorry. What do you think, Kenny?
It's awesome.
What?
It's awesome.
I added some yuzu sauce and sriracha.
Yeah, I was thinking it's a little spicier than I made it.
Yeah. Well, I added because I know you wanted sauce with the rice, so I added the yuzu marinade, and then I thought that was a little bit too sweet. And when I put the steak in with it, the steak still had that really sour taste from all the lemon juice.
Yeah.
So I just kind of offset it with sriracha. I think it'd be good with some broccoli. I thought about taking like big chunks of raw celery and just setting it on top of the dish here and there, like sticking out looking ridiculous. Because they harass me about my spaghetti all the time.
I have no idea how people can think celery and spaghetti is weird when other people put carrots in spaghetti.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I am going to end the other stream because nobody has been in there that I'm aware of since Steve. Or at least they haven't stayed. So we'll end that one.